team, the boys up the hilltop, getting money, the boys in the band. So, I went everywhere. I used to go to the boys club. I played the hilltop, stayed with my cousin T under his wing all the time. My first little girlfriend was up there, so I stayed up there night and day like I lived the hilltop. You know what I mean?
Smooth, man. So like other than running around, was there things like you kind of got into that kind of benefit you later on besides establishing no connection? So like you run around a lot, but what early influences did you have growing up?
Well, it was all street dudes, and that was one part of my downfall. You know what I mean? Like I would go up to Mallory's and watch the Armstrongs. I don't like to do that, but they was guys who worked the camp. Mr. Armstrong worked the camp. You did. So you had a lot of players up there. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of game from them. They had me running to the store down to the IGA. That's how I started getting money. And I go down there, get them. They tell me, go down there and give me this, give me that, and I bring back their change. All the cats was out there hustling, the older cats gambling. So I run down the street, get what they want, bring it back. That's how I started getting my little money. I keep the change from them. For them, they tell me to keep the change, And from there, it was influence from them, from guys running numbers, because we had Buzz Norman, we had Tony Green.
Buzz Norman.
Yeah.
Oh.
His nephews was, Tony and Mark Green, Tanya, his niece, the Marzettis, you know what I mean? So I've been around people that I've seen, getting money. And I went to Waldman. So when we used to pull up to Waldman, there would be so many nice cars pulling up, dropping the kids off. You know what I mean? So I got to see that. And we didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have nothing. Because I didn't meet my daddy until I was in the 4th or the 5th grade.
Well, I kind of want to get into that as well. So, like, what was it like growing up with like your parents? So, like, was it moms? Like, basically,
my mom and my grandma, two of the strongest women that I've ever met in my life. Not just because they was my mama, it's just what I witnessed them go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why I love women so much. That's why I became a player. You know what I mean?
So smooth, you smooth, man. You smooth, man.
They were strong women, and they put a lot of principles in me, but they also pushed me around men, which you don't see a lot in this new generation, because a lot of these young men are being raised by women with no male influence. So they picking up a lot of women characteristics. They picking up a lot of emotional shit, which is cool. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you still need some guidance from male. So it was a lot of dudes in the streets, whether they was athletes or whatever. They influenced me. Mike Worthy, Steve Cole, Jose Brigham out in Jefferson Township. The people that took me under their wing and raised me. Stoney, Chuck Stargell, the White Stargell.
Stargell family.
Yeah.
Legendary family.
Real live, real cats that I look up to this day and honor. Mike Worthy, that's my man. Him and Charles Kelly, that's how the name KENLO came.
What? Wait. Break that down, because you never broke that down before. Where did the name KENLO come from? Because I looked it up and it was like a Chinese dude.
My family called me Keiki. You know what I mean? My uncle June gave me the name Keiki when I was little. I come downstairs, me and my little cousin Dion, we come in the kitchen for Christmas. Grandmama, they cooked the meal. I don't know no better. I go in there, stick my hand in the cake. She beat my ass. So from that point, the name, my family, my uncle, he called me Keiki anyway, but my grandmama, mom, and all them, that's what my name is. Keiki was changed to KK. And then when I got to high school, it was already a KK, Kevin Francis. And that was my dude, so I had to change my name. So they used to call me Mal Nu. I was 6'1", 156 pounds. I was stick and bones.
Yeah.
Mike Worthy called me Mal Nu, but my favorite movie was The Greatest American Gigolo. And then at the time, the song was Gigolos Get Lonely Too by the time. Y'all young boys. But some of the people that's older out there watching, y'all remember at the time, Morris Day, they ran with Prince.
Morris Day.
Yeah.
Come on, go on, man. I want Paper Rain, man. I ain't that damn. Come on.
Y'all got all the platforms to download music. Y'all got all the platforms to download music, so y'all can get yourself up to date with the old school out there. You know what I'm saying? But Stoney started calling me Gigolo Jack, and it was a dude named Lou Jack on the stories that my grandma used to watch. So I used to watch that Lou Jack, and Stoney just called me one day Gigolo Jack, and then it went from KENLO to Gigolo.
KENLO, this man, bro. Just
Yes, sir.
checking in with you, King. Bro,
Yeah,
so
man.
about what year is this? When what like what's the time frame
Oh,
right
This
now?
this is
84, 85. This all through my high school years.
Yeah,
84, 80, really 82. Mike came out at 82. Some other
yeah.
two dudes took me under my wing, Daryl Perkins and Lamar Ellis. They died in a swimming
So
accident, but they used me as their little punching bag because I was a little kid. I was young, I was ninth grade, eighth grade, and them cats was, man, they was the dogs at Dunbar. You know what I
bro,
mean? But they
before
went to the past.
so like even when you was younger, bro, did you have a creative side? Like did you like art? Did you
Nope.
like
Nope.
design and shit?
Listen,
Any of
we
that?
was four. It was 13 of us in one house on Rebel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was 13 of us in one house on Rebel. And I just knew I wanted better than what I had because we didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Though we had a house, we didn't live in Hilltop, we didn't live whatever. But back then, you never know because people was living in Hilltop and the Bads had just as much money as people living in nice homes. You know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
a different era back then. So no, I didn't have no creativity. I just knew I wanted something different. I didn't want to share clothes with my brother. I see my uncles and them stealing my mama's car, siphoning gas. I just didn't want that shit. So I knew I wanted to go to college. And the two reasons that I chose to go to college,
wait,
because
wait,
there's
wait,
only two
wait.
people in my family that went to college. And
Yeah.
everybody else was talking about going to get a job at GM, going to the Air Force, because you're talking about this the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I come out of high school 83, 84. So this area, they tell you, your parents are telling you, you go get a job. So you go to GM, you had all the plants, McCall, GM, you had Reynolds and Reynolds, you had NCR, you had a lot of working options without going to college that didn't require you to have an education. But I watched my cousin JD Grisby, he went to UD, he went to UD, so I watched him go to college. But my cousin Roy Dale was the real reason that I went. He ended up staying at my grandmama's using the address so he can go to Dunbar. He came out of
Yeah.
high school, I think Roy Dale 77, 78. So as a kid, I watched him. And then we took him to Indiana State. So he went up there to Indiana State with Larry Bird. I got to see Larry Bird and all them type of people when I was a kid, watched them. He was on the campus. He had walked on or he got a scholarship for football up there. And I got to see that campus. Once I seen that campus, I'm like, oh no, I'm cool. I'm going to college. It's
Yeah.
winning up here. I have my own freedom. It's a whole nother life. And I really wanted to get away from the stuff we came. Now I had a decent lifestyle, but we just didn't have nothing. We didn't have what everybody else had. You know what I mean? And then when my grandmother passed, I had to go to Jefferson Township, and that was a culture shock for me because Jefferson Township was looked at kind of like upper echelon. You know what I mean? It was a
Right.
good neighborhood. We had a little house. My mama had a little house, and I hated it. You know what I mean? But I had to go there for a year and a half, and it was cool.
Is
I ended
this
up running
this
with
in high school, Kenlo?
high school. High
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you all the way through this pimping. We're gonna start it off slow.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm gonna let you digest it all. So
Yeah.
that's how we're gonna do that. But that's how it was in high school. I ended up going to Jefferson. It was cool. I got to make the basketball team because the schools converged, Rolfe and Dunbar. And though I made the team, I would have never played. I probably would have just carried Stanley Knights, Mike McCrae's helmet, and stuff like that. I would have played. I just been on the team and definitely wasn't gonna play basketball. But I was able to play or make the teams out there in Jefferson. So it was a cool little experience. And Raynard Grover, C.B. Mitchell, them guys took me in. Then there was a lot of transfers that came out there. Carlton Miller, Peanut. So, Jefferson started having some transfers. So it was cool. My high school experience out there was cool. Beautiful women out there in the township, and because I lived in the city, I was able to let these guys come into the city and kick it with Darren Burrs and James Moores and the Cantrells and Roland Jacksons, and these were the bad boys at the time. So these cats, they couldn't come around them unless they was with me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I have a question.
it was cool.
So, like during that time,
What were some of your early influences on fashion and also business? Because I mean, you are
Well,
also a fashion.
back then, Peanut, fashion was driven by New York. We wanted to do everything we seen in New York. You know what I mean? At the time, rap music started coming around. A little bit of videos that you would see, a little bit of clips of the rap. So everybody, because it wasn't no internet, it wasn't no social media. So we all were influenced by New York. And then when you start getting some money, those are them cats who start getting some money, they was influenced by Detroit. but all of it really was influenced by New York. The whole world was influenced by New York. So at the time, we had some fly cats. These are my partners, and they end up, they was getting money at 15, 16. Frank Allen, Bo Winkle, Alan DeWitt, Keith DeWitt, you know what I'm saying? Todd Nellums. You had folks starting to get money as kids. And we young. My boy Jimmy Boyce, God rest his soul. That's my partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These cats Jimmy started getting money right after high school, but Frank and them, they said fuck school. Lil Allen and them niggas was driving Cadillacs, Dookie ropes, cell phones, coming in, shutting down concerts. So that's when I really started paying attention to fashion. Fly is my dude right now. That young nigga used to be clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Keith Strickland, that nigga used to be clean too. Tony Ruby, Mark Novell, Tony Ruby, and them was polo niggas. They was all going to Elder Beerman's. So as I started seeing them put it on, I didn't have no money, but I could put my pieces together. But I really, I dressed decent, and I should have won best dress at my high school. But they gave me class clown because, I like to crack jokes and all that. But they gave my partner, I think Raynard won best dress. But, I had a girlfriend that was giving me everything that I wanted. Them niggas, I was wearing YSL, Pierre Cardin. So she really, she married now, so I won't say her name because I don't want her husband to hate me no more. But she kept me so dressed, it was ridiculous. I mean, I had Pierre Cardin, Jordache, I had YSL, I had Sergio Tanishi. She had me in all this. And I was fly, you know what I mean? But, I was silly, you know what I mean? So didn't nobody take me serious. And then my daddy, he turned me on to GQ. So I started looking through GQs, then I started looking through Rob reports. So when it was time to put it on, I put it on. So when I graduated from high school, went to Ohio University, that's where I attended college at. I started dressing a little more, carrying a briefcase. And my partner, Les Lackett, he used to be dressed. This nigga used to carry a briefcase with nothing in it, never going to class, always in detention. But the nigga would be clean with a tie on and the briefcase when I was at Belmont, because I went to Belmont too. And he never went to class, but the nigga would be clean. Matthew Money used to be clean. He a preacher now. So he used to be clean, dressing like a preacher then, always sharp, Stacey Adams. So it was a lot of cats, And then when I got to college, I started meeting my partners from Cleveland.
Well, when you was in school, bro, in college, what did you major in, bro?
I majored in management information systems, computers.
Okay.
Nothing. Listen, man, nothing to do with fashion, because at the time, some of the classes, the courses was offered in college. It wasn't offered. That just started coming around as of late. Back then, you wanted to go and do anything with fashion, you had to go to like a fashion school, like a 2-year course. You go to the Art Institute. You go to the School of Fashion Design down in I think it's in Savannah or Atlanta, SCAD. You know what I mean? They didn't have it offered at college.
Had you made any type of clothing at this point though, going into college? No.
Nope. And that's why I peer into the story to tell you when I got to college, it was about getting me some money. So at the time, I was trying to figure it out. So I was an RA, right? I was an RA. I had work study. I cut hair. Then I threw parties. So this is how I transited into T-shirts. I went on the campus one day to get some shirts made because they had an event called the Wine Fest. And this is my freshman year. Now I went to the military too. And I went from there and got kicked out. And
damn, KENLO.
Listen, man, my story.
Man, you're a real dog, bro.
Fast forward how you got
I
canceled.
went to the military.
Wait. So walk us through boot camp first. I mean, look, I promise you, the part of the story you trying to get to, I know exactly where we going. I have you. I'm gonna make sure we get there.
Let me tell you why I went. I went there so they could pay for college.
Okay.
So it wasn't the ROTC. Y'all gotta excuse my memory. That COVID be fucking my memory, but it was I can't think of what the damn program is called, but you go there, you go 2 weeks.
Color guard.
Not the color guard. It was the it was the guard. It ain't the color guard, but it was the guard. So,
yeah. Oh, the National Guard.
The reserve,
the
National Guard
type shit. National Guard.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you go once a month.
Yeah, the reserves down there.
Yeah.
My ambition to have paper sometimes didn't let me make wise thoughts. So what happened is I go to the military, and I'm supposed to get in there, and they're going to pay. They paid your tuition, so they only paid your tuition. And I think they gave you some money on your books. You had to pay your room and board, and then you go once a month, and then you go 2 weeks out of the summer, and you get paid. But they pay for college, so my mama couldn't afford it. And my daddy, he was getting money, but he break me off. But I was straight, to be honest, because my daddy had it. So I get in the military, man. I'm running with a dude from Atlanta, nigga named Willie Gibson. And at this time, this in the 80s, right? So you didn't have to have credit cards, right? So I was a scammer for a brief time. So what happened?
What was you? Hey, what was you doing, bro?
Look what turn we took. I like that. I like that turn we took.
When you're in the military, it's certain phases once you get out of basic training that you can go off the yard. You can't leave. You can't leave the base. So what happened? This nigga Willie was a genius. Like, we can go in the store and they could be like, Mr. Smedley, Mr. Johnson, your credit card number. At that time, you didn't have to pull out your card. You could just give the people your number.
Right.
And they type it in to the register, and it wasn't all that expiration date, all that shit you got to do. It wasn't that. You could just give them the number. This nigga used to memorize the numbers. You see the number, memorize it. So it started with us taking and charging people to use the phone. So what would happen is we sit at the phone. We didn't got these credit card numbers. We let you come to the phone. You pay us a certain amount of money. We let you talk as long as you want.
Yeah.
So we running it like that. So then I got more enterprising because I got to go off the yard first. So you had to get to the 3-phase. And I was stationed there in Denver, Colorado. I went to basic at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas.
That's hard, bro.
So the reason why I wanted to get out, they didn't have guaranteed jobs there. So in the middle of basic training, they switched my job to a cook. So I'm like, I ain't be no motherfucking cook. I had took the test to be an admin. So them niggas was roasting me. So I had to go to basic training in Denver to learn how to cook. So I said, man, my mama gonna kill me, man. She didn't send me to go out here and protect the country as a goddamn cook.
I ain't protecting America's bellies.
Listen, man, this shit was terrible. Yeah, I'm thinking you want your cornbread, niggas, man. This shit was terrible. And we had a federal prison on the base for military. So them niggas ate there. Now them niggas used to give me the blues. They used to give me the blues. I used to talk shit because I was still funny and comedian. I'm cracking jokes, right? So here go the irony of this story. So now we selling phones. Now I'm going out buying liquor. So now because they can't go out and buy liquor, I bring it back on the yard. And I think at that time you only had to be 18. Now, if I ain't mistaken, you only had to be 18 to drink back then. Like I said, it's 80, 83, 84, 85, around there. So that's how I started making money. So now I had guaranteed pay. I never cashed a check from the military. I just send it home to my mama and tell her to do what I bought her a car, everything. I was making so much money on the yard. So we selling the phone numbers. Then we selling alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So we bringing back the alcohol. We going to the liquor store. We on the base, so we getting at the base exchange. We getting liquor cheap. They don't know what it costs. So we might bring back Tanqueray and gin, Seagram's gin back then and Roll or whatever.
Middle shelf.
That shit up because they can't go. We tearing their ass up.
Yeah.
My ass start going to get clothes. Now, this how I start looking into fashion. I seen Fly and Wink and Allen and all them cats.
Talk that.
And all these niggas with money dressing. So I said, oh shit, I got something for their ass. So now double belts was in, baggies was in, all this kind of shit. So I go to the Chess King and some of the other stores that they had back then, and I start bringing the clothes back on. We was buying all this shit off stolen credit card. So we wasn't paying for
it. It was all profit.
All profit, right?
Right.
So we
That's entrepreneur.
listen, man. By the time I do my job in the daytime and I get out that motherfucking kitchen, nigga, I'm a beeline out of there. I'm coming back with liquor, coming back with clothes. Then we letting folks use the phone. Oh man, we getting so much money, it's ridiculous. So now, you only be in basic training for so long. So now we done ran this scam up, we done got some money. This is where we fucked up. These two hot niggas from Louisiana, they was about to go overseas, right? So they wanted to use the phone. So them niggas we used to call them niggas slept rock. So they sleep on the motherfucking phone, talking to their bras. I said, man, it ain't that much talking to your woman. What the fuck can you talk about? Man, y'all be on here But I didn't know at that time it was just keeping a tab on the woman so she wasn't messing with nobody else. See where she was going. You know what I mean? So these two niggas they was from Louisiana. They was from New Orleans too. So they get on the phone, they talk all day. But before they left, these niggas tore their room up. So when they tore their room up, they shut us down, started inspecting to see what happened. So now they arrest these niggas for tearing up government property. And go back and for some reason they check their phone records because they was about to leave. And they try to see who the last person they talked to. They call it family. So some little girl, whoever they talked to, I talked to him yesterday. Then the person whose car we had was trying to find out who the hell been making all these charges.
Right.
Oh.
So now we got to call everybody we know and tell them that they don't know us. The dude from Atlanta, his woman, her name was Bebe. I never forget. She said, I'll be talking to Willie and KENLO. Gave us up. So I'm scared to death because they talk about we going to jail. We done took all this money from all these people, with the scam and then with the credit card fraud. So in the military at that time, we thought you could do double jeopardy. So now the niggas in prison who coming in for the kitchen, they didn't got word that I'm going to jail. Oh man, them niggas had me scared straight. Oh yeah, you coming here. Oh yeah, nigga, you about to watch draw. Nigga, you gonna be cooking, you gonna do everything, nigga. So I said, man, I spend that nigga, y'all niggas keep talking, nigga, I won't give y'all no food. Not talking shit. And but then I went and got a lawyer. This nigga Willie just went to sleep the whole time. We got to graduate in a week. So I said, nigga, they trying to take us to jail. He said, man, they ain't gonna do nothing. This nigga had like ESP. He said, they ain't gonna do nothing. You tripping. Just be cool. I said, nigga, be cool. Nigga, I just went, they talking about we gonna get 5 years. So now I go get a lawyer. So I get a lawyer, which is Captain Scopus. I never forget. He was the military lawyer. I get him. He said, listen, man, you ain't never been in trouble. You a good kid, because I was a leader, a line leader. So, and I was a crew chief, a dorm chief in the dorm for the on the yard. So he was like, man, I'm gonna negotiate to get you something to get your ass out of here. I said, listen, man, because my mama gonna kill me. If I go to prison, she gonna kill me. That's all I was worried about with my mama. My grandmother had passed. So this nigga Willie went and he told him, y'all ain't got shit on me. Listen, that wasn't me on the phone. He said, he telling me what to say. I ain't got enough heart to do it because I'm ready to get back to Ohio. I said, fuck this. I'm about to graduate and they talking about taking me to jail. And we graduated about 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
So now he negotiate. They kick me out of the military. They give me what is called Article 15. That's like getting a felony as a civilian. They give me an Article 15, tell me I can't come back. It's a no branch of the military, right? And only branch of military that they let me sign up is I can wait 5 years and I can sign up for the Marines. That's all they would let me come in.
Wow.
You got banned. You got banned from America.
That is an amazing story.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
So, but here go the killer. Me and my homie Dave McCombs, we went in on a buddy plan. We went in together.
Yeah.
So we was gonna be the base was in Springfield. Well, Dave got to keep his admin job, and we'll just say this: somehow they still gave me my tuition.
Right.
Oh.
What happened with Willie? Did he just
shout to Dave?
Did he get that nigga went back to Atlanta, and when I moved to Atlanta, I looked for that nigga every day and couldn't find him.
So he didn't get in trouble with nothing. Nothing happened.
He didn't do one day.
Right.
You guys.
They kicked him out, and they let him. He can go back to any service. They just kicked him out. So
Right.
I'm like, man, I wonder was this nigga saying it was me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he didn't do one day. Went back. They ended up kicking him out later because he was smoking weed. He kept failing drug tests.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was in Atlanta. So they didn't kick him out because of that shit we did. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't give us no restitution because it was so many people using. We was like, man, listen, my argument was, once I gave them niggas a number, I don't know if they remembered it, you know what I'm saying? But we dialed the number. We never let them niggas see the number. We dialed the number. We bring the clothes back. We never gave them no receipts. You know, they might see the Chess King bags and whatever else stores was popping, merry-go-round, whatever the stores were popping back then. We bringing all the shit back from them. So now I'm out. Now I'm in college. Somehow I get my first check. I said, what? They paid my tuition. I went to OU. That's where I went to college at, Ohio University in Athens.
Yeah.
I went up there, and then that's when I start fooling with the fashion. So speed up, long story short, they had an event called the Wine Fest held by the Alphas. I wasn't Greek at the time. I just got on campus. So I came up with the ideal Nightmare on Court Street. So I went to the local printer and had him print up some shirts. Man, I stood on the corner on Court Street, me and some of my partners, my dudes from Cleveland, Kenny, Phil, we stood out there, sold shirts. Next thing you know, Bob Cameron, my dude Bob Cameron, he helped me. No, Bob came on later. So that was the first time. So we sold it. Me, Phil, and Kenny stood up there. I made like $1,000 in about 2 hours. The shirt was a hit.
Yeah.
You know,
you designed it, Kenlo?
Yeah. I just sketched it out. I couldn't draw. So what I did, I sketched it out, which I still do to this day. Listen, man, I write my shit down, then I make it materialize to this. Because I can't draw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So these are stuff that I say what I want, like I tell it, I sketch it. I got a little young boy there named Andre Allen. He an animal. So I send him what I want, and I show him what I want. He bring it to life. So I just have to use people to interpret because I can't draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My partner down in Fayette, down there in Savannah, he been helping me run the brand. I done brung him along. He been helping me. So he trying to do this. So I'm putting him through the same school I did, man. Write that shit down, send it to me, and then I try to get interpreted. But back to the thing. So now, huh?
I'm gonna pause you there to ask your question.
Go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
I'm gonna pause you there to ask your question.
He hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So like during this time that like you're going through
All this, you know, what is college like during this time? I mean, is it like your first year?
are you like going through the
Normal succession of being a freshman, or is it like you go there with hustle the very first thing on your mind?
That's it. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that town. They might breed a lot of haters, but they breed a lot of hustlers too. That's one thing. You know what I mean? That's listen, man. This is one thing I say, and I tell it to my partner Ryan every day. It ain't niggas like Dayton, women or niggas. As far as the people who, when we get out of there, that mentality that we have, it's not like you don't want to go back. But listen, man. Let's face it. We come from nothing. Dayton ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? We had something when we had the industry that was flourishing, black folks doing well. Now, man, this thing kind of got poverty stricken. No disrespect to nobody, but it's got poverty stricken, and they don't give us the playing fields. They're not level. When I can't go in the bank and I watch a dude from Springboro go in the bank, we work, same credit score, this, that, because the color of my skin, I got to jump through 15,000 hoops to get this. They ain't got to do shit. And then you start seeing their backgrounds. They got relatives who work, and they got this and that. We don't have that chain of opportunity like that. You know what I'm saying? And then some of us who get successful in that town, we don't reach out for us. You know what I'm saying? The whole goal is to keep us fucked up. You know, they take on that mentality from the other races. You know, because I got white friends, so I don't want to be talking crazy. And they about my
boy, I'm gonna lighten it up on that note too, because you said something funny in one of your posts
where you said like you spoke about having a sucker attack in college, and could you please give us a story about when you had a sucker attack in college?
Shit, which one? back then, you know, I was a player, but I wasn't the player that I am now. So
Let's go, man. Talk to the maturation process of becoming a player. Like, teach them how you went through your process, how you became a player.
Well, the player shit really came, you know, my daddy always spit, you know, Holland player, you know, and Ani McCullum's daddy, God rest his soul, he had a poem that she gave me. And from there, it said, I have no choice. And I took it, rewrote it, and remixed it. And I used to put it on the back of the shirts. And I should have had that. But it's a dope poem. But it came from a thing from him that he gave me. So that's how I really started writing the verbiage. Ani and Lisa gave it to me. My goddaughters, that's their mama, Joy Brooks, that's my goddaughter. So
bro, on the shirts that you made, your first shirts where y'all stood out there and y'all got that cheese. Did you have anything written on the back of that? Or did that come to be your signature?
I was good with catchphrases. That's been my thing.
Right.
Even now.
Before Instagram, you was the
Caption God.
Listen, man. I used to take Smed, no. Listen.
I know, I'm telling
you. When it comes to t-shirts, not only did I do player shit, all this shit that they didn't knock off, Trap City, Tide, UPS, Universal Pimping Service, BP, Big Pimpin'. I did all of that shit. A nigga from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
Facts.
Jazzy Faye wore it, Nelly wore it in the video. But all them Purity shirts came from KENLO Jackson.
Facts.
Niggas straight off Dayton 2871 rebel.
Facts.
Yeah.
So now they still be running tired, fed up, tired of broke ass, lying ass men. I got all that ignorant shit.
Yep.
But I quit making it because I got to a certain point where it was like, well, I didn't get to a certain point because I still was ignorant. But some of that shit wasn't presentable to be wearing. Man, I got all kind of shirts. Snitches, bitches, and trick ass bitches, or snitches, some shit. I had all that. Fuck all y'all. You know, I had all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Mac and XL, you know what I'm saying? McDonald's. I had I had all that shit.
Yeah.
Applebee's, and never seen. Oh man, I had never seen a bitch I need in a UFO. Two things I ain't never seen: a UFO and a bitch I need. I have all that kind of
Man, bro, you had some shit.
Yeah. Listen, there's people who still got it. They be like, man, I said, man, I ain't in that place no more. Plus, I got daughters, and we don't love them hoes. Man, I got stories, man. Me, Nose, Darren Bird, all of us with Kerry Ivy, Earl George, Cleo James.
Legendary handshake.
We went to the Freak Nick. Nigga, I made 40-something thousand.
Let's go. Wait. Cause Kerry Ivy talking about this story. And he didn't give us a lot of the behind the scenes. You seem a little bit more outspoken than Kerry Ivy was, and a little bit more candid.
Shit, Kerry man was getting me.
Well, tell us.
Listen, man, let me tell you something, right? And this real talk. A lot of them niggas, big money niggas, never got on a plane till they start fooling with me. I took 15 niggas on a plane who had never been on a plane. They might have had $400,000. All them niggas with so much money in their pocket. We went to Orlando to Black college reunion, Black spring break. I took them niggas down there with FAMU and Daytona and all that. Niggas, they used to fuck with me. None of them niggas, like Freak niggas. You know, them niggas wasn't going. Listen, man, y'all know Nose. If y'all know a Nose, he old school gentleman, street dude, been all his life. Man, I took this nigga with me everywhere. And he took me everywhere, let me go in the streets and watch him do his thing and give me some game. But when it came to the t-shirts, he fooled with me. But man, I started having niggas get on planes going everywhere. We going to Florida, we going to DC, Howard's homecoming, all that shit. We would be there, be the only niggas from Dayton, some niggas selling t-shirts. Virginia Beach, you know what I'm saying? I did all that shit. Philly, picnic. I got some shirts out that you might have seen me post. We going to the Rutgers. I'm going to the Boys and Girls Club in New York. I'm going to Indianapolis. That was my second home, Circle City, PS.
Wait. Now me, I have an
Nostalgia with New York. I know you have the same thing also. So yeah. I've never been to the Rucker. I've been to Cloud Park. I've been to multiple places in New York. What was the Rucker like for you?
You know, for a nigga from Dayton, it was, to me, to be honest, and I be high on my city, it wasn't no different than the big Mondays at Roosevelt.
Right.
It was just professional players coming, and it had more stigma to it because it had so much history. So you talking about, you might go see Skip to my Lou, you might go see, you know, Kobe might pull up.
Yep.
You know, back then it wasn't those type of athletes. It was more the old school cats, and then all the dudes who was getting money.
And the stars. And the stars came to the game. The stars came to the game.
Man, we went up there and we couldn't even get in because there was so many people. So we just had to stand around the fence. So I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna start selling some shirts.
You not being able to get into a park is nuts.
Man, them people be hanging on the walls, hanging on the fence, you know. And then, you know, we was with New York Cats. Yeah. And at that time, I was running heavily with a lot of Muslims because, you know, we was on a tour selling shirts on the road. And I'm skipping all over the place. But, you know that's after college. But let's go back to college, man. What do you want to know about me?
On the college life.
So,
the very first part of college.
Well,
that's how I got into this.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We sold out. You sold out that first time.
Yeah.
But it was for an event. Yeah. So how did you start finessing to be like, hold on, bro, fuck that. Man, I can do this shit every day.
This right here was the coldest move I ever did. I went up to the printer and I got his price list, right? So he gave me his price list on what he charged me to do shirts.
Yeah.
So he didn't do contract printing. And contract printing, Smith, as you know, when people bring you the shirts and want you to print them, and you know, we make our markup in providing the shirts for people. because people
Yeah.
don't know where to get shirts. That's how we make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I said, let me find out. So I went up there, hung around. Then I started seeing the catalogs. I got the number, set up the count. So now I'm ordering my own shirts, and I'm going up there and having him print them. So I took his price list, and I said, you know what? All these student organizations, he don't leave this office. You know, he was down on State Street in Athens. I went to school, Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. He didn't leave the motherfucking place. And it was called the Dog something of the Uptown Dog. Excuse me, because that's what Uptown was called in Athens. Or anybody, there's a gang of folks from Dayton that graduated from OU. Miss Nicole, Lakeisha Nicole, she the coldest. She came out of there not too long ago. She thorough young lady. So I got the price list and I undercut his price, right? So what I did, I said, anybody who wants something in the student organization, I'm charging $6 a shirt. So, and I'll meet you up here at the Union Hall or Baker Center or wherever. So now I can post on all the halls and all of the dorms. He wasn't doing that. So I had the whole yard on lock on this shirt. Yeah. Every student organization, I had it from the modeling groups, not just blacks. I had the white fraternities. You know, some of the big fraternities, they didn't fool with me because they was getting the applicate, you know, and all that shit. So they went to the bookstore. But if it might be the Black Caucus Student Union, or it might be the Caucus Union, the voters, this dorm, that dorm, they all came through me. So now I'm eating hand over foot. I mean, I'm talking about, man, I'm getting so much money, it's ridiculous. On campus.
So I have a question. So like, what was the transition from you doing that to pledging, and also walk us through what was pledging?
Well, I always knew I wanted to be a nuke because everybody in my family was Qs. You know, that I knew everybody around me was Qs. I didn't want to be no Q. And then I think a couple of them was Alpha. You know what I mean? So I seen how the nukes was. You know what I mean? They was just so smooth. And that's the only choice I had to be. Like I told you, I transitioned to start fashion, to start dressing, you know, wearing slacks and shirts and vested sweaters. And that's when Plaids was in, and K-Swiss was in. Them Cincinnati boys, my boy Easy from Cincinnati, that nigga used to be clean. My boy Joe.
Smurf.
Huh? What'd you say?
And Smurf, remember, Smurf was the one that looked out when you started your whole imprint later on. Smurf.
You talk about Jimmy Hill.
Yeah, yep.
No, Smirk take care of me since I was young, and I skipped over Smirk. But Smirk took care of me from the boys club,
I got you, bro. I got you.
I appreciate it because that man is that's my dog. Jimmy Hill is my dog. Yes, young Smirk. My grandmama loved him to death. My mama, because we played basketball at Westwood, and then Smirk went on to play at Dunbar, running back. But he took care of me because you know, shit, going to the boys club could get a little rough. You had some boys from the Bass that was making niggas check it in. Cricket, Kevin, Winston Jenkins, JT. They had a crew down there. Yep. Jamat and them, the Reds. They had some niggas down there. Listen, man, they listen. Them niggas wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might go swimming, all your shit be gone. So I had a couple run-ins with some cats, and Smirk, I had to go get Smirk because they robbed me in the alley. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't told Smirk when I went back the next day. He wouldn't got my shit back because he knew the niggas. I mean, that's my nigga. Yeah, that's my dude. Smirk don't play the regular. And the nigga wasn't no bigger than nothing. Yep. He had a heart of Germantown. You know what I'm saying? So I met a lot of good cats down there, from Arrow, Butchie. You know, so I was like a chameleon, man. I was cool with so many. Butchie Ware. Yeah, yep. We had an S-curl up top wearing little bitty baseball caps.
That's Butchie, bro.
Yeah, we go back. So none of them niggas, they can't deny me because I've been there with all of them. You know what I mean? So I was a dude who could, like I said, I was a chameleon. I float in and out of neighborhoods. My mom was sick. I had to live in Parkside. So Sherry and Paul Harris was out there. You know, I think Daryl Brooks was living out there at the time. So I met a lot of people from time to time, just from, you know, where I be. You know, I knew all the hilltops because I was up here. Huh?
But to me, what's dope was that, you know what I'm saying, even though you went through your naturation process of going to you know what I'm saying, like OU, right? But you still brought your people along with it because that's where the whole Player University.
Listen, I had all the niggas come and visit. All the niggas used to come up here.
And that's where you came with the Player University because it's like, yo, my peoples can't go to college. I'm gonna give you a fictional college, and y'all go there now. Like
KENLO,
You know the story, Mr. Johnson. You know the
Bird,
story.
Oh, bro.
Bird said Cancun Memorial Day, bro.
Listen,
He said Cancun Memorial Day
we
and Black Beach.
Listen, we've been everywhere. Me and that man Darren Bird, you know, we first got on the tour riding behind Too Short. Like the stories that me and Darren could tell, nobody would believe. Cause like we did it, we was two niggas. And Darren, listen, man.
Darren coming on Tuesday, by the way.
Wayne Low, all them cats.
Darren next Tuesday.
If you leave out,
This-
Darren gonna tell it, bro.
Let me tell you this story about Darren and Stefan. And this coming up on this anniversary of his passing. So we in Virginia, right? We in Daytona Beach. And these niggas from Virginia knocked me off. The nigga Hank, I know this nigga. So the Players University is so hot, this nigga knocked me off.
Yeah.
So what happened is we on the beach, we see some people, they like, man, we got them shirts. I said, the fuck y'all don't? We just got here. We pull out, me, Darren, my cousin Ronnie, Wayne Lowe, Darren Bird, Stefan, and somebody else. That time it was just really us five. Ty Hill, Tony Hill, they was there. We had a crew with us. You know what I'm saying? Jerome Dismute. We took a gang of niggas down there. So they off somewhere on the other, Hurl, Cleo, and them, they on the other side of the beach. We down here selling. So now this big nigga, I'm talking about, man, this nigga about 6'5", 325 pounds.
A mountain of a man.
Right? So
Yeah.
that's why I say, hey man, what the fuck y'all doing? So you know me, I'm having a fit because I'm like, hey man, what the fuck y'all doing? But you know, I ain't no fighter, but I'm talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, you know, so there is Stefan. So this big nigga, he said, this what we gonna do. You know, Darren a fighter, Wayne Loke is a gorilla, you know what I'm saying? And it's just me and Ronnie. So we like, shit, we gonna fight too, because we was two niggas we could whoop. They had some little niggas, we could whoop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the big nigga, he said, man, y'all ain't gonna, what the fuck y'all talking about? This our shit. I said, nigga, who the fuck? Your name ain't KENLO, nigga. The fuck you talking about?
Facts.
When it came to
Talk that, KENLO. Talk that.
somebody knocking off my
Talk
shit, I was a whole other person.
Yeah.
I thought I could fight. Like niggas said, I think I could fly. I thought I could fight. So Stefan go to the man and he said, this what we gonna do. And, you know, Stefan was short in stature. He wasn't no tall dude.
Yeah.
He went to the dude, the nigga 6'5", Dan Bird to tell you this when he come on. He said, this what we gonna do. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I'm gonna beat you up. And he said, if I beat you up, y'all don't sell these shirts. Y'all give us these motherfucking shirts. So the nigga said,
Damn.
you must be suicidal. Who is this little nigga? He said, this nigga must got a strap. He said, I ain't got shit with these, nigga. And I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. That nigga said, listen, man. Ask Darren. So then Darren, you see Wayne, right? Them three niggas right there. Because Darren at that time, he was young and in shape. And that's all he did was fight all motherfucking day.
Yeah.
So they looked at they crew, and they had about 7 niggas. It was just us 5. But you know, them niggas, and then the nigga Hank, I was gonna fight him, because like, nigga, you know better. This nigga know me, we talk about events, everything, man. I couldn't believe he played me like that.
So these niggas is from Dayton, though. They from Dayton, and they done
No,
took
they from Virginia. Them niggas from
Virginia. They from Virginia, but you
Yeah, they
knew
didn't
them.
think they was gonna- I don't know. They must have thought they weren't gonna see us down there.
Right.
Right. Check the motherfucking bag in, man. God is my witness. Darren is my witness. He'll tell you. Them niggas put the shirts up. Damn near gave them to him.
Yeah.
That's legendary, bro.
Yeah, that's sweet as fuck. That's real shit.
Yeah. So they knew, niggas. You know, them little niggas wasn't playing. Stefan wasn't playing. Heart of Gold said, man, I'm gonna beat you up, and then you gonna give me that bag. He said, huh? I'll beat your little ass. He said, come on. So we when I whoop you, he tell me, when I whoop you, I want all them shirts, because I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. So I'm like, damn.
That's crazy.
Now I got a little bit more courage. I said, yeah, nigga. Niggas know what it is. Yeah. Check that bag in. I'm talking shit. Now Darren then got riled up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna hit me about 2 niggas and get out the way. I'm out of there.
So I heard like there's 3 clothing lines, right? So like you had the Player University, which was the positive one, right? You had the Hustler State one that, you know what I'm saying, the businesses was like, nah, that's a little like it's too close to y'all selling drugs. But the one that I want you to bring back, if I have one to bring back, it gotta be Mac Daddy University, bro. I'm from that era. I need Mac Daddy back, bro. I will wear it.
That shit's so funny because
Mac make me the a focal person. I won't wear
You
it
say
every.
Mac Daddy now, they be like, get your old ass out of here.
I want to be that. I want to be that. I want to be that to this
And
generation.
guess what? I never got to do it. So what I did was, because none of my partners went to college, like I said, all of them went to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy went to the street. Everybody that I came out and was around, Tink them, everybody was in the streets. And these are people that I ran with, you know. So I wanted my cousin James Moore, Darren, all them niggas, Kevin Bird, his brother, you know what I'm saying, Durrell,
Yep.
all the Birds, Chicken, Charles White, all these niggas was ripping and running in the streets. Them niggas was robbing, they was doing all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Mark Rutledge, you know, them niggas was
Legendary family.
That's the gorilla in the mist right there. Mark Bell. So all my partners was in the street. So I created a fictional university so these niggas could go. They didn't go to UC, they didn't go to Central, they didn't go to OU. Nigga, they went to the University of the Street. So I created Hustler State and Mac Daddy U. And Mac Daddy U was the Notre Dame logo with an M and a D. And
that's hard.
I just never was able to get to it. And I started pushing Hustler State. That's what I came out first. And it was made, the company at the time, I called it BBS, BFS, Brothers for the Struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was called. And then I think they had a rap group in Cleveland, this nigga named Trev. They had a rap group, something like that. And I had to change the name. So I changed the name and I just started putting KENLO on the shit. You know what I mean?
So I have a perspective question, right? So if your first one, you know what I'm saying, which you really, you know, it kind of was, you know, like your first one that really didn't take off. And then your other one that kind of was.
It took off. Hustler State.
Oh, no. I'm saying like your first one thinking of the Mac Daddy one. And then like Hustler State takes off, but the Anglo fans aren't buying it, such as the people in
the business are saying this is kind of provocative when it comes to being a hustler because it kind of gives the dark undertone of selling drugs.
Well, that was the corporate establishments.
Right. Yeah. So what I say is for Player University to take off and you always had a positive undertone for it, that meant a lot for your movement because you could have chose any negative thing to put. Like you could put fat asses on a t-shirt and they'll sell. But the fact that you chose the one that was positive and that's the one that took off, what did that mean for you?
Well, let me tell you this, and this is something I didn't mention. When I first started with t-shirts and I graduated from college, I was all about positive imagery. The name of my company was KENLO Specialty, Positive Imagery Through Apparel. I didn't even use profanity until I started working in my daddy's bar. You know what I'm saying? I got on the positive tip. So all my shirts used to be Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King. I was all positive, too black, too strong. So when I went to the Virginia Beach when they had the riots, we down there, that's where I made all the money. That's when I decided I wasn't going to take a job. When I graduated from college, I got offered a job to work, I think like $36,000 to work at NCR. And I, you know, when I went to Virginia Beach, we made like $40-something thousand. Me and my frat brother, Fred Fernandez, Neil, which was a Q, Neil Thomas, my partner. He was my business partner since we left OU. He was my business partner going in. It was me and him. They used to call us Ed Lover and Dr. Dre because Neil was heavy then, and I looked like Ed Lover, so they said. So yeah, we was all positive energy. You know, all my stuff was positive. So when I started Players University, I took some of the catch lines that I would use from the positive stuff and switched them over to some. It would be positive stuff, but it'd be relating to the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that was my play. My whole key was play on words. I knew how to talk shit, and I knew how to flip words to do a lot of creative shit.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, it's one thing that I noticed because I'm a father, you know what I'm saying, and my oldest son, he's 17 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I try to set my son up for success, right? So when I see
Stories like yours, it made me think about, so what was your first job? And then I looked into saw that, well, you know what I'm saying, like through my research, I saw like your dad literally hands you a entrepreneur magazine and told you to pick a franchise out of it. To me, was super dope. So can you please walk us through that part? Because to me, that speaks to the fathers of today. Because, you know, like me and Smed be type of people who like we will coddle our kids and we will spoil them to the point of disrepair, right? So walk us through what your dad did to help you get to be the entrepreneur that you are today.
Well, really, man, and it's funny. My dad was a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a gambler. You know what I mean? Uh, he was in the streets doing what he do. Really, he was just a gambler. You know what I mean? And he was telling me, son, you got to get you something to have your own. You always got to have your own. He said, you know, it's cool to work for people. He said, but have your own. Find you something to do. And basically, he was basically really telling me, nigga, quit begging. That's basically
Yeah.
what he was. You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, quit. You ain't gonna keep coming home getting these fives and thousands. You know what I'm saying? Doing this, nigga. You gonna get you some money. So he showed me. So what happened? He like my brother. His name is Kevin. His eldest son, who was a friend of my dad's. So Kevin was selling Lakers, and he was selling fake purses on Gettysburg, tearing their ass up. So the Lakers had won a championship. He was selling Big Kev. He was selling all this shit. And I'm like, damn. So my daddy said, boy, get you some shirts, right? Start selling some shirts. So what happened was I had already sold shirts in college. And my daddy had told me, you know, so he wanted me to get a franchise. So at the time, all the franchise, you look in the back, washing cars, pet stores. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna ask this man for all this money. So what happened was I went back to school and I turned it up with the shirts. So now my daddy, I got a summer job. I had a BMW. I got a 320i BMW Gold BBS Pirellis. I got that summer, and it was all she wrote. So now, when I'm riding on campus and that, all the folks want to do business with me. You know what I'm saying? In the windows. Yeah, because I had just had, before that, I had the Denzel Washington 78 Monte Carlo. It looked just like the one he had on training day.
Yeah.
I had the basket. So I was riding player whips, clowning. But, you know, when I pledged, them niggas thought they was going to drive my car while I was online and tear my shit up. So I took it home. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But my dad really instilled in me to have my own. And then being that I came from nothing and watched my mama work all the time, my grandmama work all the time, and everybody around me have the hustle. And my uncle June, who was that's like my dad, you know, he painted cars and he was a mechanic. You know, my other uncle worked. My other uncle was in and out of prison. You know what I'm saying? I seen what he was on. And, you know, I started going to the prison at an early age. That's what scared me about jail. You know, going through Lucasville and that motherfucking chair, that electric chair when you walk in. So that got me, you know, I don't want to do no crime. Then I seen Scared Straight. I wouldn't even steal now ladies no more. You know
Bro, let me ask you this. So you finding a way, like, you know what I'm saying, you getting a nice buzz going, right? And you getting lit, but like the first time that I really heard of you, bro, it was more like I'm thinking of you damn near as a celebrity, bro. Because I think I kind of like associated you with Too Short damn near. Like, and everybody was just embracing you. And so for anybody that's got a fashion or clothing line or something, they whole goal is to get their product into hands of superstars like that and have them represent your shit, bro. So, man, how did it feel? Like, what was the first celebrity that you met that really, really loved your shit, that started promoting it on their own? You know what I'm saying? And then tell me about that.
This is crazy. The first one, what happened is I got the store on Germantown, 4771 Germantown Pike, next to Spunky's. And my frat brother, Ricky Pooh, let me have a college night over there. And then that was right before he sold it. He sold it to Steve and Dwayne. And Dwayne is still alive. Steve is dead. God rest his soul. But they took over my cousin, Sean Pierce. They own Spunky's at the
Man, Sean, my bro.
Let me have every Thursday. So, like I said, I threw parties in college. So I threw college night there. Ronald Hunter was my DJ. I still got some old flyers because I don't throw shit away. I'm a damn near hoarder. But I got flyers and cassettes with Ronald. You know what I mean? So Ronald was the DJ. Darren and Kerry, they ran all the security. You know what I'm saying? Soul, Big Soul, all of them.
Big Soul.
Big Soul was a young motherfucking animal.
Yeah,
you know
man.
So they ran the security for me. So what happened was I would sell T-shirts next door, right? And I have college night there, and I also was gambling and doing all kind of shit in there. So I was getting money. You know what I mean? Out of that T-shirt spot. But I lost my train of thought. So, man, what the fuck?
So we was just talking about how you finally morphed into getting celebrities to start
dude. So now what happened was I run an ad in the back of the Source magazine. So I put this picture up. It was in black and white. It had Stefan, Earl, Cleo, Mark Bell, C.V. Mitchell, my little brother Iron. He was about 16. I put his little ass in the ad. So we had Cleo's car. I think he had a big ass Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Deuce and a quarter. Green, I think, with a green top. So we went out there with the jerseys, got on there, and I even got in the ad. You know what I'm saying? I still had hair. So we got in the ad, we shot the ad, and we put it in the back of the Source magazine, right? So it was a little bitty ad because the shit cost about $600 to put it in the back of the classified. The Source, we couldn't afford the ad, but we hustle up the money to get the 6. Kip from Goody Mob, first nigga to call him. There was a celebrity. He wasn't even a celebrity then.
Yeah.
So from there, I met the nigga as Cameron Gipp. I used to call his house, talk to his mama. He pick up the phone. You know, when cell phones and shit back then. Call his house. He tell me he needs some stuff, this, that, and the other. So I sent it to Atlanta. So
he was buying wholesale from you.
I was giving it to him because I knew he was in the rap group. You know what I mean? And he was the first one. So then from there, I started catching on with the other me and Scarface got cool, right? So me and Scarface, he would call. He gave me his number. He said, "Man, send me that shit." So at that time, I wasn't selling. They were celebrities. You want to get it on their back, you gave it to them.
Yeah, but he called you, KENLO, from your ad. Scarface called you.
Call the man Brad. I call his phone. I fuck with his brother. You know what I'm saying?
In Cincinnati, because like it was a concert in Cincinnati where like the crowd wasn't messing with it, and then
they wasn't fucking with me at all. I sat back there. My nigga Fresh, the Smurf. Fresh is my nigga in Cincinnati. We be throwing parties. Been throwing parties for years. Fresh had 8 Ball and MJG. No, that's the second time. He had Face up there.
Yep.
What happened was we come up there and I'm set up, right? Now, me and Face and his folks was cool.
At Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So Face man used to always tell me, nigga, when you blow up, nigga, I'm gonna come see you, you know? And that he was Jay Prince right-hand man.
Yep.
You know? Now I won't say his name, but that's my partner. But listen, he come check you. Them niggas don't play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Warren, whatever, his Face brother name is Warren Lee. Warren Lee. So I tight with Warren. I laced these niggas. They would stay clean. So what happened was these niggas walking by me, not fucking with me. Right? So Face said, "Lo, come to the stage." This nigga brung me up on stage, stopped the music. He said, "This is my motherfucking man. He got his clothing line going on, Players University. I want y'all to fuck with it." After that, every Cincinnati nigga in the motherfucking town.
Right. Yeah,
cool.
bro, that's cool as fuck.
That's when I first started seeing the influence of the artists.
Yep.
So Face was fucking with me before I even got in Foot Locker. I was just small. So then from there,
Tommy Owens. Too short.
Take me to Detroit. So what happened was it's a big party up there. So when we go to the party, Short performing. So he said he wanted me to meet Short. So we drive to Detroit. Tommy Owens.
Yeah.
The legendary.
Man, big
so
bro.
Tommy Owens is the reason why I meet Short, and Tommy Owens is inspirational to why I blow. So I give all the credit to young Al Sharpton of Dayton, Ohio.
right.
Legendary handshake.
Okay,
then. You know, that's my man. I always give it up to him. Like it wouldn't be no low without him. Real talk.
So
that's love.
Once you got that relationship with Too Short.
No. It's a whole story there with the video shoot.
So this how I go. We go to the party. Me and Tommy go to the party.
Man, hey, hold on, KENLO. Man, shout out motherfucking Peanut, man. That nigga, motherfucking goat.
That nigga Peanut Pearl. That's your information.
Motherfucking goat, man. What the fuck?
No, listen, I'll be all over the place.
Salute, King.
I fuck with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
And any of my church people out here who see me cursing, I got to them around these young niggas. I can't get on here and get the freaking and pull it out.
Yeah. He got to talk to people in the language they speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Excuse my language. But no, seriously, we go to the party, and at this party, Michael Moore is there. Michael Moore is about to fight, I think, Evander Holyfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
He at the party. He got a championship. They all come full short, and I meet Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is in college. He a freshman at the University of Michigan.
Fab Five.
Yeah, 5'5", baby.
They play. Who they play the next day?
It was Indiana, wasn't it?
Indiana. Whatever they play. This is this is an introduction. So I meet him. I meet Michael Moore. I tell him I'm gonna give him some clothes, this, that, and the other. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
now I meet Short, cool, but Aunt Banks take a liking to me, right? So
Yeah.
at the time, Ramon Dancy is my best friend. That's Short's road manager. So, but Aunt Banks, for some reason, take a liking to me, which, Aunt Banks was a rapper. He was a producer for Short. So they said, hey, man, we shooting a video in about a week. I'm going to call y'all. If you can make it, come bring some clothes. Now, this sad story is how I moved to Atlanta, right? I'm selling some clothes on Gettysburg. We selling clothes. It was a big crap game. People used to gamble out there in the corner, in the far corner, going towards the dollar store. That's where they used to gamble. All the big time, Mr. Hunt, God rest his soul, Mr. John Hunt, Mr. Walker, my daddy, Ed Lee, God rest his soul, Ridley, all the big time money.
The Willies, yep.
Out there.
Big
Knowles
dogs.
out there, Daryl Brooks out there, all the niggas with money, right? Shine, Moon, all these cats out here gambling, right?
Yeah.
So these niggas leave. They all leave. So now when I come back, it's Donna Q, Chicken George, God rest. I keep saying God rest in peace to a lot of people, but Chicken George, Ant, my nigga Ant, he there. It's money there, but it ain't the big boy money. So these niggas come around the corner and rob the crap game. I'm selling stolen clothes. Only reason I'm bending down is KK. Y'all know little KK. That's Thomas and all them little brother KK.
Kevin, not Kevin Foster. Not
Kevin Foster. Little bitty KK. Short.
Okay.
3 foot tall, really.
All right.
So man, so
you know him, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I know who you're talking about.
Little bitty KK. Yeah. He Thomas and Keith Watson them. He they little brother.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
So, and them two, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
So, I'm bending over. These niggas come around, instead of saying it's a stick up, because they would make it, these niggas come around shooting. So they come around, pop, 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 pop. Y'all hoe ass niggas know what it is. Everybody take off. 2 or 3 people get shot, and Duck Springer was there. Him and Brett, they had just came from the Silver Fox.
Wow.
Damn.
And they was up there, and Duck was a basketball star back in the day. You know, I'm teasing you because he got on these white boy sandals. What the fuck you doing with this? So when the boys start shooting at us, he take off. Duck get hit. We running side by side. And whoever these niggas is, they got mad. They lighten everything up. They not playing. They shot about 3 or 4 people. And then everybody else, they made them lay it down, take their pockets. So we keep running. These niggas keep chasing us. I got my little brother up there with me, Jay. My cousin Ronnie there. We keep running straight. My cousin Ronnie, he go across the street. So, but they hit Duck. And he said, Lo, I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm like, nigga, keep running. Don't stop. He bled out. Fell. He died in the parking lot. We made it all the way down to go towards Lori Sue. We jumped. So now my brother, he jump over the fence and he bleeds. So I'm like, I done got this nigga shot because he ain't but 16, 17. And I got him out there. And these niggas, they stopped firing because we ran. And, Duck ended up passing away. So from that point, I told Ronnie, when we got back together, we walked up the street. We left our cars in the parking lot, walked up to my dad's bar and told him what happened. And then I called Herman Sutton and told him, man, that, because Herman, Duck was his man. So I called Herman and told him, man, they didn't kill Duck. So everybody come up there. I left. I didn't go back in that parking lot for damn near 8 to 9. I wouldn't go in the parking lot. I don't care if I needed balloons, the dollar store. I didn't fuck with the parking lot. And ironically, I ended up putting the store back there, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I left. I told Ronnie, I'm out of here. I got a truck that Saturday. I think that happened to Duck on like a Thursday night. That Saturday, I got a U-Haul and I moved to Atlanta. Went down there. My ex-girlfriend helped me get a place. You know what I'm saying? Found me a place. Took what little money I had. Told Darren, come on. I came back and got Darren because I moved there first. So then I came back once I got the spot and told Darren, come on. This nigga left all his kids to fuck with me. Darren at the time probably had about 7 kids. When he left him, he took, so I always bow down to Darren and always have a special heart, a special place in my heart for that man because I know what he did. And, we wasn't making enough money, but whatever he made, he sent back to them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. So that's how the relationship started with Short, but it really started with Aunt Banks. So what happened was I didn't really get to crack Short until we shot the video. And then when he came out with the song, I'm a Player, that's when I got it. So his business partner was Randy. Randy. I forget what the fuck Randy's last name, but Randy was his business partner, and they was like a 50-50 split. So we worked up a deal with Jive where I could put my shit in the album cover. Now, unbeknownst to me, the Jive had a printing facility. Aunt Banks later told me this. So they ripped me the fuck off. Short was going platinum every album, gold or platinum every album.
Yeah.
So he's screaming player, song is player, my shirts is on fire, right? And I'm in his album cover. So he sold 1 million albums. Man, they was sending me orders for like 120 shirts, 100. Come to find out, Jive was printing the shirts they sell.
What?
So, yeah. They was printing them. Dan Zucker, those was executives up there, back there. Them guys is big boy heavyweights now. They are old and rich, but them cats was running it, and they got me. So that was my first learning experience.
Bro, that shit is amazing, bro. How somebody who already is doing good and wealthy would just fuck somebody over and take the money.
They was fucking Short over too.
Yeah.
The shit that they gave Short, they might give him $1 million an album. He wouldn't get no publishing, no nothing. You get $1 million advance, if I'm not mistaken. I don't like to be spitting bullshit information, but from what I know, they get Short $1 million or $2 million for his album. He turned his album. Man, that's it. He ain't getting shit, no publishing, no royalties,
right?
Nothing.
Right.
So they was ripping Short off too, which is really why he ended up getting the fuck on. After he did so many albums, he got the hell on because Short was really living off shows. Short is one of the only artists out here right now. I've been around from being on the road with them and daring to tell you that man can go out right now and go get him $40,000-$50,000 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, he get 100 now because he's charging 25.
Yeah.
So he go get him 100, and that's it. And when he wants something, Short say, "I'm gonna go to work." He tell his managers, "I'm gonna go to work. I'm about to buy a boat. I'm about to buy a car. I'm about to buy a house." He go and work. But that man has been doing that consistently for the last 20-something years. Short can stay on the road Thursday through Sunday.
Get him 100K.
Listen, man, we talking about, it ain't like he got to go do a stadium or no shit like that. Clubs in Tennessee, clubs in Alabama, clubs in Mississippi. Oh yeah, and he fucked with the community, so they love Short. Toledo, Cleveland, Cincinnati.
Man, give us a short story, bro. What's a good short story you got?
They X-rated. You know what I'm saying? They X-rated.
Yeah.
They X-rated. I put it to you like this.
Come on, man.
Listen, man.
At least tell it too short. Come on.
Listen, that was about fighting. When fooling was Short, it's gonna have to be bras involved.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Listen, man. Me and Short, we just kick it, from time to time, because I would go over there. Me and his brother Wayne Lopez, cool. His cousins, twins. Like, it was like family. His mama made me come over there and eat gumbo, and I didn't used to want to eat it because I didn't know what was in it. And mama thought she dead and gone. But yeah, man, I go to the man's house. You know what I'm saying? Short fuck with me. Short don't fuck with a lot of people. So we just reconnected recently through his cousin twin. So they gave me the address. I'm about to, after I get my health a little better and get more inventory, you'll see him back in it. You know what I'm saying? I got a relationship with Richie Rich out there.
Richie Rich.
Able to meet Bila, able to meet E40. You know what I'm saying? I just had a lot of debate. Debate took me in.
You know what's real major to me though, bro, is the fact that it's cool that you met all of those people, but what's even more major is that you had the shit that they wanted. Like, bro, you had that real shit. Cause to me, I'm gonna tell you, bro, and I'm not blowing
wearing
smoke.
the Hustler
I'm
State.
not blowing smoke.
Wearing the Hustler State shirt as he's saying this, by
bro,
the way, guys.
To me, Player University
absolutely
is the best shit ever. Like, I don't think that there is I don't give a fuck if we talking Carl Kanai, we talking goddamn Fubu. I don't care what it is. To me, Player University is the representation in the heartbeat of the street, man.
Yep.
Bro, and like I'm telling you, I looked on my profile, man, on Facebook, but for every time anybody ever asked me what school I went to, I tell these niggas I went to Player University.
Let's go.
I tell niggas I went to Player University. Bro, I swear to God, bro.
You took a lot of game from me and got a lot of money. Nigga, you better say that.
Man, real shit, bro. Like, I just look
Legend
at the shit
salute.
like, man, to me, I don't think nothing can fuck with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I thank you for that, man. Because listen, man, I'm watching what you do, and like I don't have no problem. Like me and you always been cool since you was a youngin. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When you was just doing the gold, this is before you start doing the t-shirt. And
yeah.
and anybody I tell you, you can ask anybody. If they ask me who I'm gonna send to the t-shirts, I'm gonna go holler at Smith, or they're gonna go. I'm gonna send them to Coach Red. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
those are the only people that I fool with people who would fool with me. You know what I mean? So I don't have no hate in my blood about that. You know, it's some niggas who they be hating, and that's cool. That's understandable. I would hate me too, but you know, that's just not my pedigree. You know what I mean? So
So
that ain't
so
me. So watching what you do and how you done catapulted doing the shit for Kanye and doing all these contracts and doing all these rest in peace shirts and stuff like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like
Well,
that. So
to me, bro, I know how difficult it is because it to me, I think that it's different from what you do compared to what we do because pretty much, bro, if somebody comes to us with an idea, something that
I
they
used
done
to do that
already
too,
came.
Smith. When I
Well,
moved to Atlanta, that's
yeah,
how I used to try to get relationships
That's why I was
because
saying.
I
yeah,
did. So
for
now
sure.
that's how I did all the artists. That's how I developed the relationships with doing stuff for Carrie Hilson. I did Beyonce shirt when she threw the
Yeah,
party for her at the skating rink. All those relationships, I would try to use them to
yeah,
let them carry on to wearing my shit. So they, Polo,
right.
I did all his stuff. Zone
Yeah,
4, which is Bernard Parks and DJ Toon. That was their record label. And Toon
yeah.
one
So
of the
you
hottest
custom,
producers
you
ever come out, right?
customize, you customize
I saw a Lil Jon
clothes
jersey
too.
on eBay
Yeah.
that
So
Yeah,
was
like
up there in the price.
from me dealing with the source, I end up like I said, it was Gip first. Me and Gip, my dog. So when I go to Atlanta, I take Gip had me send him stuff. I send it to Outkast through Gip. That's how I cracked. And they didn't wear it in the video, but
masterpiece.
Outkast wore it. You see, I got a picture of him on stage wearing the shirts.
yeah,
It's in black and white. I have it on there. Big Boy wore the shirts. They all wore it because that I was spitting player. From there, of course, face kept me ridiculous, which messed with Big Mike. Big Mike ended up having a baby by my cousin, Ebony Burks, one of the
yeah,
coldest songwriters. She's still killing them right now. Her
yeah.
shit
She
about to
is,
be on
man.
BMF. She didn't wrote for everybody that we listen to. Just
Yeah,
don't know it. Straight out of Dayton. And like I said, people who come from Dayton, they got that drive. You know what I mean? Van Hunt, the boy won a Grammy, I think, straight out of Dayton. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of folks that came out of here that don't play. You know what I
man.
mean? Because I
They
know,
saying Darren Bird saying Alabama with Bone Thugs and Harmony. To
oh man,
me,
them
it's
niggas
saying
did a
Greg
ask
Street.
Darren when he come on there, how them niggas did a seance, and me and Darren was scared as hell. I'm like, man, these niggas was doing that Ouija board shit across from my room. I said, man, what the
What?
fuck are these niggas doing? You know what
What?
I'm saying? I said, Darren, what is they doing? I'm gonna run behind him. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He was like, man, I'm not fucking with that shit. That's some voodoo shit. Nigga, shut that door. Yeah, man, them niggas, hey man, all kind of crazy shit, man. Ramon going around looking for bras, knocking on doors, got me and Darren going from them. We in Detroit. This how me and Big Bob, his birthday was just the other day. And Big Bob is Jermaine's security. Well, these niggas came into the room, to the bathroom, and Short was in there, and they told nobody out. Nobody in there. Everybody got to get out. Well, Big Bob, 6'5", 330, big, he's security, straight out
Yeah,
of St. Louis. He throws the nigga out. Man, he threw the wrong nigga out. This nigga was like that nigga in Detroit. He came back with pistols, niggas, everything. And guess who only one person got a pistol? Was me. A
yeah,
38. I got a little bitty 38. Right?
Shot.
Big Bob say, low, give me the pistol.
6'3".
Because the nigga say he gonna kill Bob. So I'm like, man, I'm not giving up this pistol, Bob. Fuck that. Let's get out and let's get to the truck. He said, look, give me that pistol. That's how me and Bob got cool. And then we also got cool because him and Darren had them gaps in their teeth. And them niggas had a gang of kids. They related. So when we went on the road, them two just connected. And then he'd
yeah,
take Bob. Bob would take Darren to do security jobs with him without me. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd go on the road, do shit, or just around the city. He fuck with Darren heavy. You know what I'm saying? And then with that, it ended up helping Big Al down there from Dayton. You know what I'm saying? Big Al fuck with Bob, but he trusted Dayton niggas so much. Him and Al, they still tight to this day, still dogs. You know what I'm saying? They was just at the party balling at Magic City. Nelly and Jermaine and everybody, they was doing it. But yeah, man. So I don't have no hatred on that, man. I just want to see, and I feel like, because I know I came from nothing. I didn't have no backing. The boys at Fubu had Bruce and Norm. They had a big boy. They had Samson behind them. I didn't have that.
I'm gonna
I
ask
had
you
a
about that.
trunk,
I'm gonna ask you about
popping
that
the
too.
trunk.
I'm gonna ask you about that
Huh?
too. I'm gonna ask
Yeah,
you about
I
that
got
too.
offered to do a deal with them, but it was a couple guys that was in my camp that I was loyal to, and if they weren't gonna take them, they weren't gonna take me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
There was other deals on offer. I mean, it was other deals as well. So you had
Oh yeah,
Billionaires Boy Club.
You had a
I had all
cool
of
and
them.
you had Fubu.
The dude Mike down in Virginia Beach. He had RP 55. Now he got Billionaire Boys Club. He got Hustle Gang. But Mike, he was probably gonna give me the best deal. But I don't want to live in Virginia Beach. I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
money as an independent. I'm still doing about 2 to 3 million a year, and I can do what I want. I hired all my partners. Smacks, Player Pete. Tim Gray. I was paying the secretary to do nothing. She getting $48,000 a year. We was cool. You know what I'm
Paying a
saying?
secretary to do nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you do nothing, man.
Hey, man. Right.
We just had a ball. Player Pete, Smacks, they was my youngins. I had
Yeah,
Beat Nutty.
man. Man, shout out to
Oh
Pete
man.
Dancy, man. That's my bro, man. For real
Yeah.
shit, bro.
I'm asking you a
Listen, is he
question.
from the View? Because I argue with Pete and say, boy, you from Yale. Only
Man.
person for the View they accept class Yale is Princeton, is Ronnie Foster. And Foster, they view
Yeah.
they view Pete, you from Yale. You and Jimmy Boyce. But I used to joke with him all the time, but they from the View. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
Right.
are.
So
That's my man.
yo, I got a question.
Yep.
So can you run out a difference between being like priced out by being independent versus the big machines, such as like the big companies? Because
Well,
like you.
I didn't have the infrastructure, and then, like I said, my influence was the streets. So I came up watching. If a dude hustled up $1 million, he threw the $1 million back in the street, and he got me
Back
$2
in the
million.
streets.
Yeah.
Back in the streets.
That was my downfall because, like I said, my daddy was a hustler, and the way he thought, his way of thinking was get money and you double up, son, put the money into it, hustle up, get some more. Because he thought, and he gambled. So my daddy took conservative bets. His bets that he take until he stopped gambling as a race, his bets he booking to give himself the best odds. And for me, I wasn't paying attention because nigga, this is the streets. This ain't fucking dice. The odds
Right.
of you rolling the 7 is 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 1.
Talk that.
300,000. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't thinking. Now I wasn't surrounded with people like-minded. You know what I mean? And then at this time, you really couldn't go to nobody. Damon used to give me some game. I would go there because I ended up hiring some of his freelance. Some people who work for there. Bobby Joseph, he the one who took me to the next level. That's Bobby Joseph is the coldest. So him, Emmett was at Mecca. They was doing freelance stuff for me. Dante Wilder, Spencer Chan, George Robles, Ali Asha, all them cats. I was getting freelance from everybody. You know what I mean? So what happened was I didn't have that New York infrastructure. And that was part of my downfall. We was in Atlanta, and they still was looking at Atlanta like it's country. And then they was looking at Player as pimp shit, like Gator Detroit shit.
Yeah.
And so
start going into the same way that they looked at Hustler State.
Hustler had a negative connotation, and then Player to them East Coast cats, because they was controlling fashion, it had a country connotation to it. And I'm in the South, Now look at their ass, you motherfuckers, boy. Listen, yeah.
I have a question though. So eventually you get to the point where, what I'm saying, you decide to sell to Foot Action, but it based off of where you are financially. And me being a business owner and Smet being a business owner.
I was broke. What happened was
we all been there. We've all been there. Like any business owner that been broke. Smet probably right now has this
great fortune right now with the money he made. He still has a ceiling he has to pay. We all understand it as a business owner. So don't think that's a knock against you.
No, that's how I go.
Yeah.
That's how I go. And that listen, man, what don't kill you make you stronger. And
Absolutely.
the adversity that I've been through, the lessons that I learned from having that money, losing all the money, starting all over, and now I got some progression. I feel good, and I feel confident. But for a minute, man, I'm like, man, when is this shit gonna take? You know what I'm saying? But I lost my mama, and her as an angel wrote me a note from her dying bed to tell me to go get your shit. Go get your shit back. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I'm a product of God's grace, and her praying and other people out here praying for me to make it come back because I was lost, man. Without Players University, this was me. This is some shit that I built from nothing.
So
You
so
know,
bro, you sold Player University, you sold the company to Foot Action?
yeah,
Oh,
what
but
happened
there's
was,
a great line into this story. I'll
so
probably
this is what happened. So the company is doing well, and I've started listening to these buyers. I really was a t-shirt and hat man. That's all I should have stayed.
Yep.
Until this day, you can go to Foot Locker, you can go to Foot Action, you can go to Champs or whoever I sold to. My sales throughs is unmatchable because they let me do tie-ins. So that means for every shoe, they did what was called an SMU, which was a special makeup to a Jordan or to whatever sneaker was coming. I couldn't lose.
Yeah.
I couldn't lose. So when a Jordan dropped, right, Nike couldn't react as fast as I can, right?
Right.
So what happened was they let me make the SMUs. I got the dye lots, everything, the Pantone book to match everything up. So if they make an Air 4 in red and white, I got a player shirt to match.
Yeah.
So, and all the key doors that I was in, from the Greenbriers to the stores in Chicago to Houston Galleria Mall to the Dallas Mall, you know what I mean? Memphis, I'm in all the key urban areas. That's when they describe the business as being urban businesses, which meant black inner city business. I'm in all of them. Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Even the Salem Mall. So now, when that shoe dropped, they selling damn near a sneaker to every t-shirt. So they I might make 8,000 of a black and red, 8,000 of a white and red, because of course at that time they're releasing Jordan's body in abundance. It ain't this bullshit. You gotta have a lottery in the bot to get the shit. And you damn near gotta go to security, the CSI. I mean not CSI, but the TSA to get you some sneakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now you might have 100,000 shoes being released, and they might let me make 24 t-shirts. And we talking about I have a sale through a pretty 19,000 when all the shoes is gone. Unheard of. So from there, I was the darling of the game because they like, hey man, this man killing them. So there, you talking about my sale throughs is at 28, 29%. You know, next day I'm damn near out. So now we going to another shoe. We're gonna do the Air Max 95. We're gonna do the Tuned Air. That's what it was called there. The Tuned Air. I don't know what it is called now. It was the funny color shoe with the gradation. You know, it's like an Air Max with the bubble in the back. Man, they used to sell them. Remember that black and orange when they had with the white sole? It start off orange, then it go from dark orange to light orange, then it go to black, and it had the little, oh man, I sold them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I used to kill them. So all of the Nike drops, I make shirts to match it. So my sale through was great. But here's what happened. Fashion changed where all the rappers became involved with the clothing lines. At first, it was just true designers. You had Maurice Malone in Detroit, which he was like the godfather of this shit. Carl Kanai, you know, these is fashion dudes. These ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking rappers. When FUBU came along, they was doing cool because we was all on the road together. I still got the card that I'm gonna show Damon one day when they might let me on Shark Tank to sell something. I'm gonna show him where they had the little cars. Wasn't no LL Cool J. They didn't have no rappers. They was just 5 guys from Queens. That's why I used to see the 05. I think one of them went to jail or something, or he passed away. You know, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was 5 of them. So they end up getting LL, right? And then it took off, but it really didn't take off till LL wore that hat on the Gap commercial, because now you got an audience of hundreds of million people seeing you FUBU with the FB hat on with Gap commercial saying for us by us. Them niggas took off. Cause so they used to sell the hats and the jersey, and at that time, that's when the flex fit was popular, right?
Yeah.
So from there, you had Russell, who was music driven, who had Fat Farm. You had Nietzsche, which was 3 from NY, which Nietzsche meant NYC. You had them. You had Mecca. Now none of these cats all fashion, and then you had Miyoshi was some Jamaican cats out of LA, some killing. No, Academics then came along. That came after Mecca got dismantled. Not dismantled, but they all left. So it was strictly fashion. So what happened is the urban market started kind of dying because you have FUBU off the chain because they got LL, they had Big Pun, then they had Willie Esco. They picked up him. He had Nas.
Yeah.
So everything was thing. So now the rappers, they wasn't even about the merch game. They just jumped into the clothing game. So then you had Outkast come, Rough Riders come, Ludacris come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even Snoop, right? So now here I am. They telling me you need this, you need that. That's how I start fucking my money. So what would happen was I was ordering shit from factories as an independent, like using a factoring company, going over there, sourcing the goods through my relationship. Bobby hooked me up with some factories and some other people hooked me up with some factories. So I'm working with them as an independent, cutting $100,000 POs, $150,000 independent, letters of credit.
Yeah.
So that's what it was called. So what happened was now I'm getting more shit than I need because I don't have the buyers to buy what I want. They buy my t-shirts and hats. They buy them like crap. But now when I start getting into denim, I should have never did that shit because I wasn't a denim brand. So now all the buyers, they so groupied out, they buying all this bullshit. Like they was buying Snoop shit. No disrespect to Snoop, but that shit was whack. They was buying Master P shit because of who they were.
Yeah.
Because they had an influence. And Short at the time, they wasn't fooling with Short because he was calling women bitches. But then when Snoop came, it was cool, but it was a different era. So Short wasn't, I couldn't get that push. So now when I go to Macy's and they like, well, who we gonna put the signage on the store? And I'm talking about Short and Scarface or whoever else I had a relationship to try to use. Scarface was on killing shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was on that gangster shit.
Yeah.
And all the relationships I had, it just wasn't feasible to be hanging in these stores.
Right.
So what happened was I still bought some of that for some of the buyers who wanted to buy it. So they might buy 240 pieces. And at the time, the minimum you had to buy was 100 dozen. So now I got 900 pieces or 1,000 pieces sitting in my warehouse that I got to sell to mom and pops who might pay, might bounce your COD. And that's how my shit start falling. You look up, man, I had Warehouse of Jeans. Listen, any cat in Atlanta that was in the music game that came up during the era when I had Players University, I closed them all. Because I used to let niggas just come, I give them boxes of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So from R&B artists, Sam Salter just passed rest. I mean, I gave everybody clothes. Everybody, Outkast, Goody Mob, Jim Crow, everybody, you name them. I gave them clothes.
So
Trying to rap.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like in one of your Facebook posts, you spoke on
helping people out, but when you need help, they're not there. Like you're there when you're up, but when they're down, or vice versa, it's like they don't really have that infrastructure to help you. But you learned a valuable lesson in business that helped you today. Can you go into more of that?
Well, I just learned to visit. When somebody can't benefit you, which is life, they don't need you, and then they get convenient amnesia. I think I said that in the post. It's a lot of things that I did for folks, clothing them. Now I will say this: my real cats, I can pick up the phone, and when I was going through this situation with COVID and pneumonia, them niggas were calling because somebody put a rumor out in Atlanta that I was on life support. And I said, nah, nigga, I'm on child support. I ain't on life support.
That's a bar. That's a bar, bro. That's a bar. That's a bar.
No,
That's a bar.
Thank God that I'm here. Lord, thank you. But yeah, they put that out. So I got a lot of calls from a lot of cats that really touched me because they reached out to me. And it wasn't just they was concerned.
Yeah.
So it's some people out there. And pretty much all of the dudes, I can go back to. I had talked to T.I. through Pretty Ken not too long ago. I sent him some stuff, now I got avenues now to try to send stuff to these cats who I come up with, to their artists. Me and Coach K is all right. That's my dog. Kev from Indianapolis, me and him been cool. He worked for Allen Henderson with Hindu. So, if I find something, because Yachty wanted to do this shoot with me and the fucking factory was, COVID came. So I to get the shit. So he wanted to do a shoot because he was doing a thing with Netflix. And his dad, Shannon, who's a photographer, he used to rock my shit because he rolled with Dungeon Family.
So
Shout
the
out to Dungeon
situation,
family too, man. That's
the
a legendary
situation now
family here,
with
man.
with Player University? I mean, you sold it, but is the contract
Got
up
it back.
and now you can bring
No,
it back?
no,
Oh
I
yeah,
got it
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah. It's
man.
a long story. It's a
Remember, I
long
told you my
story.
mom told me she woke from her deathbed, go get your shit back, son. She didn't curse. She said,
Right.
son, go get your stuff. That's the only thing. So what happened was, listen to this. This is how God worked.
Yeah.
I emailed him and kept emailing because I was my primary caregiver for my mom. That's what made me come back today. I let my
Yeah.
house go, you know what I'm saying? Let everything go. I was damn near about to lose it anyway. So I let it go. 5,100 square feet. That's what I had. Built from the ground up, straight out of Dayton. So if I could do it, anybody can do it. So
Say that.
come back, I left everything, whatever, everything. Put all my shit in storage, furniture. Came up here to take care of my mom, watched my mom go into her demise and passed on, transition over.
Yeah.
And she had left me a note, and I'll probably read it. I only read it on her birthday, September the 24th, and it'll be 4 years this year. No, 3 years. I think it's only been 3 years she been gone. So
Smith.
she told me to get it back. So I had been emailing her. She told me while she was sick, yeah, try to get it back, get it back, get it back. I said, all right, mom. So they never answered. They never answered. And if they would have answered, I'd have been like, how the fuck I'm gonna pay them anyway? You know what I'm saying? I just sold it to her for $2 million, but I took the money over time through a job, consulting, and points. That's what it was worth, the whole deal, $2 million. They gave me some money up front, and I took that and paid everybody off, which was dumb. Should have filed bankruptcy and then waited and did the deal. But no, I did it dumb. I bought that and I got a 72 Cutlass. It's in my cousin's garage right now. That's all I bought, 6,500. I paid everybody I owe, and then that's all I got. So then I got paid $150 a year for my job. I got points. I got some other money. So that's how the deal ended up. So they gave me like a fee for the trademark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they gave me the salary and points. So I might get I got 12,500 a month because that was a contract, so they didn't take that out. So that paid my salary a month, 12,500. All went to me. I didn't have no staff. And then I got points for what we sold. So, and the shit still was selling. So on my points, I might get another for the quarter. I might get another 30, 40,000. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 50, depending on how much we buy. But I had a buyer that started hating. They got this chick in there. She started hating because I could have been making 100,000 because I could have been in every door. You don't need to be in every door. So she cut me back. So the more doors I was in and more stuff I was able to sell, the more money I was made.
Right, because of the point system.
Yeah, the commission, the points on the thing. Yeah. So from there, they end up filing bankruptcy about 18 months into the deal. So now they owe me money. So now I had to take the money that they owed me left and sell it for like a quarter on a dollar. So I think they might have owed me, I don't know, 1.5, whatever it was. The most I was going to get by selling it a quarter on a dollar was probably like 350,000. So yeah. I took that, and that's how I opened up my sneaker stores, Classic Soul, and fuck that money off.
You had multiple stores here, and you had stores in Atlanta.
Yeah, I had 4 stores in Atlanta. I had one in Camilton Road. We had one in Buckhead. We had one in Buckhead. That was the signature store. And my partner was in them stores was Jaha Johnson, which is a music executive who managed Usher. I had Warren Campbell, his wife is in Mary. All 3 of us, we owned the first store. And then the rest of the stores, I can't be in a partnership because I'm hard-headed. So I opened up another one in Little 5 Points, Camilton Road, and that motherfucking money maker in the West End. We used to have security in there on the weekend. That shit used to be ridiculous because we was getting that much money. You know what I'm saying?
Is that when you also opened the one up in on Gettysburg too?
Yeah, me and Stefan had inner city communication. Yeah. And I had the Players University outlet. So all that shit in my garage, I can bring home and now start getting rid of it because now it's my hometown. Nobody support me like Dayton. So listen, that store made so much money. I used to be taking $30,000 down the highway driving because I couldn't get on the plane. I wouldn't get on the plane. So I just drive it. We keep the money. We was making that much money. Jano ran the store.
Jano, shout out to my bro.
Yeah, Jano always been riding with me. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put up with me in all my fucked up ways. And I put up with his fucked up ways too if you listen to Jano. But yeah, that's my pot.
So like before we leave out of here, because we got a couple things we gotta hit before we leave out of here. It's a couple things I want to hit.
Oh, go ahead. But one thing I do want to know is you did. So this all came full circle where you got it back though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I end up continue to keep emailing the legal department. They never respond. So this is how the story goes. It was a young man who was a kid in Dallas who worked at Foot Action.
Yeah.
Right? His name is Izzy Artiaga. So Izzy was coming up in the ranks. So what happened when they shut down Izzy? I think he went to work somewhere else. I think he might have worked retail, but he was in corporate. He was like a young buyer. I think they had set him up to be a buyer at Foot Action. He was coming up through the ranks, but he was hella young. So me and Izzy became friends. You know what I mean? We talked about everything, child support, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. That's my daughter. Went to his wedding. So what happened was I used to sell to Man Alive. And the boy Clinton Coble was the man at Man Alive. Clinton owned all the insurance, the rich light-skinned guy that y'all see on all the insurance thing for State Farm. He owns the State Farm franchise.
Okay.
Clinton Coble. So Clinton used to be the manager at Man Alive. So he was pushing for me. So me and the Bublix, that's who owned Man Alive, we became great friends. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was they wanted to hire somebody. And they somehow had got in touch with Izzy. So they come to me to be like, if you say it, we hire him. So I said, of course, that's my man. And he great. He do a great job. So he ended up moving to Indiana, working for them. And then from there, they got bought out by Finish Line. So I was very influential in him getting this job. So this transition to him being the VP at Champs, you know, that was in the Foot Action family. He worked at Foot Locker. He was a man. So what happened was they wasn't returning my call. So I called Izzy like, listen, I found his number because we hadn't spoke. I went to his wedding when he got married and we hadn't spoken in a while. Because I told him what I was going through and, you know, I kind of disappeared, was doing some stupid shit. So I kind of disappeared from everybody. Nobody seen me for years. So I called him. He called the gentleman. And he said, call him tomorrow. So I called him. And I said, listen, man, I'm the gentleman been leaving these voicemails. I didn't, mean to be bothersome, but, this is something that I'm interested in. Listen, y'all, with no money. Yeah. My mom was living off $300. That's what we was living off of her check. Cause I didn't have no income. I'm taking care of her. We're living off $300. So he say, you really want it, huh? I said, yeah. I said, man, listen, I'm just trying to see what you asking. So he said, you got a lawyer? And I did. But the guy who used to work with me, worked with me, Young Smacks, I mentioned, with Player P, this man ended up becoming a prominent lawyer in Louisiana and a professor at Southern. Yeah. It's a cat that I raised since he was 17. So I called Smacks, and this is my dog. We like brothers. We talk all the time. That's my dude. And now when I was fucked up, he was taking care of me. This is a guy who I used to pay him. You know what I'm saying? When he graduated from college, I gave him his job. You know what I mean? So he gave me a lot of deference, and we got a lot of love for one another. So I called Smacks. I said, Smacks, they talking about, do I got a lawyer? This nigga don't even do trademark. He do personal injury. And he teach law at Southern. Yeah. But he put the thing together. So the guy I said, so what you want for it? He said, just have your lawyer call me. Right? So Smacks called him. He said, this your lucky day. He just let me have it. Said, it ain't worth shit to us. I said, huh? Because at first they was trying to sell it and nobody would buy it because they was trying to do this shit for years without me. I said, listen, man, y'all give me a consultant fee. I'll come in and help y'all. Let's bring this shit back. They didn't want to pay me. Foot Locker didn't want to pay me. They like, nah, we're going to try to turn it into a basketball brand. I said, man, that shit ain't going to work. Right. And Izzy he might be listening. Yeah. I told him I was doing this because he got to do a show in Atlanta yesterday. So he called me about hiring some models and some general staffing. So I told him I got to do this podcast. But this is what Izzy did. A lot of that shit that I used to write on the back of shirts, he cut the phrases down. So he had the SMU program. This is where we come from. He gave that shit to Nike. So if y'all started noticing, maybe over the last probably 10 years, really, Nike started getting real edgy with their shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
On their shirts. That come and it's inspiration from KENLO. And I know what Izzy was doing. Yeah. Cutting my shirts down because, I done wrote 1,000 shirts. So you can just take it like my relentless pursuit of playerism. I got that on the keychains right here in the bag. So all this is one poem breaking down.
Talk that!
when it comes to this game, I'm relentless. By
Yeah.
any means, I play the game at all costs. It's one poem.
Yeah.
I broke it, made it into
Right.
two champions.
Yeah, but line by line,
That's
we just
hard.
taking one line out of your poems and putting it in there as a phrase.
That's hard.
Yeah,
That's
man.
hard, bro.
Right now.
That's
Yeah.
hard. That's hard.
I'm in Foot Locker right now, man. This your shit. They just taking it and making it one-liners.
Yeah.
But first, some of the stuff I used to write, they said it was too edgy. So they used
Yeah.
to make me tone some of that shit down. Because, depending on what mood I was in, what nigga that made me mad, I
Yeah.
spit a little venom, and talk
Man, that's
talk
so
mess on the
cool,
back,
bro.
And that's just how a lot of the game came on back. It just came from life experiences. You know what I mean? Some chick didn't play me, so I gotta spit this. Ism.
So wait. So like speaking of Nike influence and your creative influence, I thought because like a lot of our basketball players that come from here, they don't tap back in with like the soil for real. Like they may go for the bigger brands. I feel we missed the opportunity when it came to Norris Cole, Daquan Cook, Chris Wright, and Obi Toppin.
But
They should have all been rocking Player University, bro.
But let me say something. In their defense,
Respectfully,
I wasn't popping then. I didn't have a brand. When all them came about, I wasn't popping.
they OGs was they OGs no like.
Well, listen. Let me say this now.
Kerry Ivy could have tapped Daquan on the shoulder.
But I didn't have a brand. I just got the brand back 2 years
Respectfully.
ago, 18 months ago. I ain't even got a 2-year anniversary on having this thing back.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me say this. My basketball teams, I could have took them cats. I took them to Atlanta and they demolished niggas. You know what I'm saying? Demolished them.
Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of which, Deion Cash was on that team, which was
animal.
Yeah.
Animals. Go look at that squad that I had.
Yeah.
So, listen, then we set up a thing. We played and one. I took them guys. The and one dudes pulled us inside and say, listen, man, y'all showing us up. Because, I had some stats.
Shout out to Deion Cash for loving that handshake.
Let me say this. The cats who played basketball, they supported me because I had 2 or 3 AAU teams. You know what I'm saying? I had Little Sam and all them cats, Ron Brooks, all of them, all them little young cats. You know what I'm saying? A couple dudes who went on the good colleges, they all came through my program.
Yes.
Only problem with me is I was taking care of a lot of grown ass men. They was using me because I had money to party and bring their women, and I'm paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? The tournaments they going to, and I said, man, I ain't doing that shit no more.
Bro,
like, they uniforms, they look like pros. But so I got support from all these cats that play ball.
Let me bring you back to something that I think is like real important, bro. I don't think we stayed on it long enough. Bro, you found a note from your mom, bro, who she wrote you a letter from heaven, and she told you to go get your clothing line back.
Yeah.
And they gave it to you, bro.
Listen, that's what I said, man.
That's hard, bro.
Listen,
that's hard. That's hard.
For nothing.
That's hard.
For nothing.
That's
Come
hard,
on, bro.
bro.
Because you
Shout
didn't
to Mama Love.
finish the story,
Shout to
bro.
Mama Love.
They said it's your lucky day, bro. Hold on,
Shout
let me
to Mama.
put you on the camera by yourself, bro. Come on, bro. Walk me through the whole thing. Go get your clothing line back from your mom. You call them. You finally get them on the phone, and they say it's your lucky day. What happened?
So what happened was he said, "How your lawyer called me?" Smacks called. So now we go ahead with the procedure to file the registration for the trademark. Now this is how some hatred came in. So we filed. Everything was cool. Then Major League motherfucking Baseball came and said, "Listen, he can't do this." Somebody posted a shirt where I had the thing and it had Major League player on it. So they must have went through and looked through, Google, and that shit came up. And it was on my baseball jerseys. And Major League Baseball, they put in an amendment to stop it. When somebody put out a trademark, if anybody feel like it's a violation of their trademark, they can come in and say they object.
Yeah.
And they put in an objection. So this what happened. So now everything rolling, we're gonna get it. But they set up a court date. COVID start. So now we got to do the Zoom meeting. Well, we thought the shit got canceled, or my lawyer thought it got canceled. He don't follow up on the information. Major League Baseball came, they kicked me back. So we had to file again. So we had to go back and file again. So we had to talk to Major League Baseball. This young black kid went up against Major League Baseball with them $2 and $3 million lawyers they had and told them, listen, man, that shit y'all talking about ain't nothing. Y'all going at this man because he's small. It's like he used the David and Goliath. Like he's not going to. They were first saying I couldn't make baseball jerseys. I said, hold the fuck up. Everybody make baseball jerseys.
Right.
So I said, well, that means all these high schools, but they were saying I can't say Major League Player, which is cool, or Players Association, because I did have that on the shirts back in the day, but I made up my own fake Major League Baseball, Major League Players Association, woo woo woo. So now they just don't want me doing that, and I won't, because I got enough creativity to come up with something even better. And baseball jerseys really ain't that hot. The V-necks is cool, but they ain't popping. You know what I mean? That era is coming back, but it ain't back yet. So that's cool. So they end up letting me go and get it. So now I had the serial mark, the registration mark, everything for free. Now the reason why I'm using Players UNIV, this is the dumbest shit in the world to me, and I never understood. I went back to buy the domain name. So these people done let me get the mark for free. And they said they want to charge me $5,000 for the domain name.
Yeah.
I said,
yeah. Them squatters will get a hold of it and then just be on some terrible shit.
No, this is Foot Locker who still got it.
This is Foot Locker that's got it.
It ain't expired yet. So I was like, huh? Yeah,
you gonna get it. You gonna get the man. Hey,
and I'm gonna get Players University back when it expires.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. You know what I mean? You know, and some of these things happen to us, bro, just for us to be able to value it and just know that what we have sometimes is a treasure, man. You don't know that shit until it's gone, man. Sometimes, man. But man, bro, that is the best thing in the world, bro, because my mom passed away when I was young. And bro, she be with me every day, bro. And it's like, man, it's
you want to be the strong man that you are without her spirit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. It's just and then you get that guidance, but like if you was to bring that up, like some people would probably just whisk that off as though it's a coincidence, or this is just something that happened, but it really don't mean what everybody is thinking and knowing it really means.
Fact.
Nah, your mom was able to usher and get you and assist you to getting your thing back, bro.
Absolutely.
And it's because she cared and she could do that.
Absolutely.
Because, bro, I'm telling you, for me making these memorial T-shirts,
yep,
man, after so many years, I started asking people, bro, like, I would ask people, have they had any type of situation that they just knew they people were still around?
And everybody has a story like that.
Everybody got some story.
So we would like to hear yours also.
Some story or some situation where it's just so obvious that they people was there looking out or letting them know that they were still around. But yours right there for you to get your company back is just amazing, bro. And I love that, bro. That's like one of the best things I done heard, King.
Yes. And climb back from nothing. You got to think. When I got his back, I didn't have no money. So now I'm nickel and dime in the shirts. They said I can go ahead and start making some shirts. But, I ain't got no real money. I got some relationships with some of the distributors that I used to have. But, I had to file bankruptcy when I left all that shit in Atlanta. I wasn't paying for that house. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that house damn near 16 years, damn near about to pay that mug off. Here I am, got to walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of equity loss and then a lot of just a lot of mistakes. So now what happens, I go to work. I work for SES. Ted Allen gave me a job. That's one of the guys.
Shout out to SES. My big brother worked for SES.
Gave me a job. I worked at SES, the Environmental Cleaning Agency. Ted gave me a job. I'm working there damn near 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have time to sell shirts. So I went to Ted, because he gave me the job and he gave me the opportunity. I told Ted, I said, Ted, I got to get me another job so I can sell these shirts because, I'm just hustling whenever we are. We really working Sunday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Like 12 hours a day. So it ain't no time, and I'm living in this house and my mom left me and that's depressing. So I just work, come in there, and Ted gave me a job, that was cool that I could handle, you know what I mean? And he blessed me. So now I quit the job and I get another job working for Rush, driving a van. right? Now with
Yeah.
Rush, I can ride around and do stuff. I can order shirts, go pick them up because I'm doing local deliveries.
Yeah.
And then, now I got a little bit more freedom, and then I don't got to work on Saturdays if I don't want to. So now I go on these corners and sell shirts. So it's coming. It's still coming. It ain't gangbusters, but it's coming. So
Yeah.
now I didn't got to the point where my daughters, they moved to Miami where I live now, down here in the southern Florida area near Miami. They moved. So I said, man, I got to get out of here. So then I just engulfed myself in work. And
Yeah.
I'm driving to South Dakota, Chicago 2 times a week, Detroit, Tennessee. I'm driving wherever they send me so I can make a certain amount of money. So now I'm taking a little money I'm making, I'm buying the shirts. I do these little pop-ups and everything taken. Then Tay Winston gave me the opportunity to put stuff in her store, which was great. So now I don't got to try to meet people because I was riding around now, meeting everybody selling stuff.
Yeah.
I was riding around. So it started picking up and then it started catching on. And then I started making limited stuff. So once I moved, I finally got out of there. So this is when it started taking off. But now the job I got down here is not making me enough money. And all the money from selling my mom's house, the little bit of money I made, all the money I done hustled up from selling shirts, all the money from the jobs that I done made, I was running through my savings.
Yeah, you living.
Because the cost
You
of living
living,
here
bro.
is ridiculous, man. It's
Yeah.
to tell you what my rent is, and you look into my apartment, like my apartment could probably fit on the outskirts of Austin Landing, but it's probably 2 times the rent. Austin Landing rent probably $1,200. The rent around here $23, $24. And I don't feel we get the amenities for me to have $2,400 rent. So now my expenses then went from me paying my mama's mortgage, which was $800, to now I'm paying $24, and I'm barely bringing home $800 a week driving this truck. It's like slavery.
You know what, bro? One thing that I really rock with is just vision, act, next you attract, right?
Yep.
You visualize something, okay? And then you act on that with faith, and then it attracts itself into your life. It's just like it's magnetic.
Man, you talking real, you preaching now.
And so, but check this though, bro. If you can get more than one person to share this vision with you, it doubles. And then if 2, 3, 4 people start sharing this collective vision for something that's gonna happen, I'm talking about, bro, we just know this shit gonna happen. It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
It has no choice but to manifest itself. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because, like, I'm looking in the comments, bro, and I got Mr. Reggie Graham on there. He said it so plainly, perfectly. He said the new wave is coming. He said the new wave is coming.
That's my youngin'. That big nigga rock me. He been
and
rocking
bro,
me since out of band
all he did was
Mafia shirt.
all he did was paraphrase what I'm thinking, what I know, what Peanut knows, and what you know in yourself. And I bet you everybody that's watching this shit, like, bro, anything you sell, man, niggas is gonna buy it. They just need access to that shit. Cause I'm telling, bro, I mean, like your shit, like, it's not just Player University, but it's your arrangement. But it's just the arrangement. It's how it looks. And what it means, I'm telling you, bro, your shit is the heartbeat of the
Bro,
streets,
you can sell the hoodie off of you
Like,
right now, and I will
bro,
buy it, bro.
But you
Like,
just
for
got
real, like,
juice,
your
like,
hoodie.
I've been around, man. So
Yeah, man.
And I thank God.
I'm doing about
I put a post up one time that
I got it.
I used to sell to y'all mamas and y'all daddies, and now I'm selling to y'all kids. Like Dealer,
Man.
Daddy used to take care of me when he lived in my granddaddy lived in Westwood. So when I went to Westwood, my daddy wouldn't let me go off the porch unless it was with Joe Ballard, which is Dealer's daddy.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to return the favor to look out for Dealer when he started coming in the bar. Michelle Barker, I knew her when she was a kid. Linlo, you hear what the nigga's name. I'm Kenlo, that's Linlo. I was able to bring him and T
Yeah.
and all them kids down there, Sam, all of them, Taiwan, all of them down to the house. They come down there, stay with me. I take them to 106 and Park. So I had an influence when I was doing shit to give back to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Lil Lee Body, everybody. Royce, nephew, Royce take care of me creatively. You know what I'm saying? I took Royce in the club, him, Javon, Lil Lee Body. I took these niggas into a party for Jermaine and P. They were 14 and 15. I done got them in. Jermaine said, man, how was them? I said, they old enough, they 18. I watch them, they ain't gonna drink nothing. They in there grinding on girls. Royce had an airbrush shirt on. So, man, I always have given back. When guys was in prison, they come home, I send them a box. Petey Weedy come home from jail, box land. You know, people come home from jail, box land. People's mamas didn't have money to go see their hearing. Take this money, get a bus or get a rental or get on something to go see your son. You know what I mean? So I've always done that type of stuff.
So
taking care of families, you know, doing I wasn't bragging about it. That's just me. You know what I mean? They need something, I got it. Sponsoring kids in the debutante, the Botillion, the Cotillion.
Absolutely.
I do all that. But I tell people, if you ain't bought nothing for shit from me, don't come here talking about no kid, no ass. Buy no ass. You know so both ways. Yeah, that's how you know what I'm saying?
It do.
So
yeah, man, that's how I feel. I mean, it resonates with a lot of people because it's part of a time and a memory that people can relate to. There's a lot of brothers. I put a list up from a lot of brothers who bought stuff that's dead and gone. And those cats really was making my brand. The Ike Washingtons, you know, Fidel, Sam, like his daddy, Fidel. That was my man. He ran with my cousin Derwin. Them niggas bought everything I got. My cousin Tony, he's a promoter. He do all the plays and the music and stuff, promoting show. Them niggas bought everything. You know what I mean? Twins. A lot of folks is just not here no more. You know, they bought any and everything. You know, meal ticket, Milio, you know, Keith Watson, Thomas Watson. I made all special shit for them, you know. And these cats ain't around. So now they kids and, you know, buying their shit from them. This shit is crazy.
So I want to share like a special moment with you, man, if you don't mind, real quick.
Yeah.
So you know, like here at the Legendary People Podcast, we had a thing called the butterfly effect, where it's either something you said during the course of this interview or something during the course of my studies that I found that was truly profound, right?
Yep.
Off script, bro. I remember my mom gave me $60 to go get clothes to go to school. And I went and I copped. You had some lime green Player University thing that matched my pennies perfectly, right? I copped it, and my mom was so mad. You can't wear that every day. And I said, watch me. I wore the shorts with a different shirt. I wore the shirt with a different shorts. Like, It was fire, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, what you don't understand, like the butterfly effect really is like what you present to the world, because like what we already established on this platform is something that you provide for the earth or for somebody else that you never want to receive nothing back is something you have presented to us completely. Like, for instance, we called you the T-shirt God today. You did not accept that. It's cool. We still call you T-shirt GOAT. You say that's still up for debate. I'm telling you right now, by the end of this conversation, you're going to know unequivocally that you are the GOAT, right? Yes, because not only have you influenced what we have here today, you also have the fact, like KENLO has influenced Tate Winston. You've influenced Sebastian Telfair. You have Coach Chronic with the K-Red. What? Wait. Bro, I got you right now. You sit back there. Put in crew control, right?
I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead, Peter. I thank you for this. I thank you. I'm humble. Go ahead.
You got to. You got Tate Winston. You got Sebastian Telfair. You got Coach Chronic with the K-Red imprint. You got Lamborghini. You have a bunch of people, but those are people that was on this same exact platform praising you.
Yeah.
You understand that? The same people who we gravitate as legends, we're on here praising you, right? You also have the whole thing of, like, you have a whole thing of generational people that you've celebrated, such as the Crystal Originals and the other people.
His daddy took care of me when I was a kid, him and Myron Graves.
CG, like, it's so many other people right here, right? But nothing is bigger than what you said in this quote right here, right? Because look, I cooked this bagel for you. You said, make every day a payday and live every day like a weekend. It's hustling over handouts. Quit making temporary solutions long-term goals. We gotta be great every day, not just for a day. Give me a lifetime of it, not just a weekend, King. You are legendary in your quotes, in your message, and the way you move, bro. You are unequivocally a Dayton Hall of Famer first ballot, bro.
Yeah, I believe that. They got to give me a
Yeah.
jacket. I, mean,
Oh
I know
yeah.
where I come from. You know what I mean? I come from nothing. You know, like I said, the only two people at the time educated, being to my mom went to school for nursing, but my cousin JD and my cousin Roy Graham, which we call Roydale, and you can see it with his daughters Shannon and Dana. You know, Dana got her thing that she be doing, and Shannon's out here, big girl nurse. So it passed on. So you know, you got Chris Wright.
Yep.
That's on the side with the Grizzly side. Ernestine, that's JD's sister. You know, Freezer Bam, they've been in the league. All them kids been in the league. You know, so now we all have elevated to move up, and it's based on inspiration from somebody in our family. You know what I'm saying? We the Jacksons, the Sumlins, the Hendersons, the Grisbys, and the Shines. That's the clan.
Look at that, man.
That's the clan. So my thing is, I don't really toot my own horn, but you know when I see Joe and like I kick it with them young niggas. The next little young cat I'm looking just to meet to chop it up was the boy Chris Mack because I like what he doing. If I had Joe's advertising savvy, Chris Mack's social media presence, them niggas would be in trouble. But I'm older, so a lot of that shit I didn't come up doing. But I realized that, you know, me and Joe, we have player conversations every day. We just was texting because this new campaign, I got to bow down to the boy Raw, and he making me step my shit up. So if y'all look behind me, I'm coming at your ass, Joe. I'm coming.
But
you know.
But I also want to go on to say furthermore, like for instance, like today I'm wearing all Ohio made trademarks. I mean, of course, he's from New York, but he made this in Ohio. This right here, my man, Old Jersey Bastard, Ohio. These are all people that are your kids when it comes to legacy wise. So,
Yeah.
bro, you are unequivocally a legend, bro. Like,
I mean, you know,
without
I
a
don't
question.
that, but I am. I mean, you know, anybody know me know I like to get arrogant
Right.
from time to time. You know,
Yeah.
Smed know I talk that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
You know, and that's just, but I do it out of fun. It ain't nothing, you know. My little cousin got chicken coop, his shit raw. You know,
Yep.
it's a lot of young boys that got some shit that's really, really raw out here.
Kim
KENLO,
City.
hey, just for me, bro.
Yep.
It's only two things that you ain't seen. And what's that, bro?
A UFO or bitch I need. And you made me cuss over here.
Bitch, I
Made me cuss over here. Made me cuss. I'm sorry, viewers. I don't cuss often. Sorry, guys.
Bishop Don Juan told me that. He's the first one that told me that. I heard him say that. And, I said, man, can I put that on a shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
bro.
put it right on there. He
Hey,
said,
bro, man, you know, just for me just checking in, bro, you definitely my big bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you, bro, like, everything all heartfelt. I just think, like, bro, you the greatest that have ever done it, man.
Yep.
And then a lot of times, bro, like, it'd be hard for you to accept that level of just like feeling and knowing that you the greatest because you know that you done had
I fucked up,
some
man. That's why it's
rough
hard, 'cause
patches.
I made some bad mistakes.
Yeah, man,
the money
but-
that I was generating, I wasn't never supposed to let that money go through my hands, man.
Man, I don't know, bro, because
legendary
man, players fuck up.
Well, ask them. Players
like,
fuck up too.
like my nigga Daddy said on
Players University
Friday.
fuck up too.
Players fuck up.
Players fuck up
Like,
too.
bro, everybody be fucked up.
That'd be a
from time
fire
to time,
shirt,
bro.
too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn it, I done heard them say Michael Jackson was fucked up from time to time.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like, man, sometimes, bro, you just didn't, like, maybe you didn't, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes
Well,
you just
I mean,
don't
I put it
value
like this,
shit.
We can
Like,
ask you
I mean, like
directly.
this.
We can ask you directly. Like, what's your
Well, you know,
legendary
I
mistake?
understand. I don't beat myself up about it, but you know, I'm a Virgo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hold myself real critical.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a real critic of myself. But I know now from all the mistakes I made, that's just like you. It ain't you really ain't allowed to make some of the mistakes I made because you can pick the phone up and you can get at me and I'm gonna tell you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't charge for no information. All these young cats, Keith Camp, Joe,
Shout out to
whoever
Keith Camp.
call me, whatever they need, I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of knowledge that's worth a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But also, them young boys give me knowledge too. I call Joe, he be like, no, don't do that. That shit whack. so I won't do it. I'm listening to a young nigga that I respect and I
Yeah.
like his movement, so I listen to him. Now he keep
Yeah.
me on point. I call coach. I run shit by coach. He runs shit by me.
Yeah.
And coach then came a long way. I used to do that. I ain't got it shirts. You know what I'm saying? I did Jason, young Jason, who doing all the movements.
DBKS. Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Shout out to Jason, legendary handshake.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that I birthed everybody's movement, but I also gave them a blueprint on what to do and because everybody be selling shirts, and I be trying to tell people, y'all think that shit easy because y'all think it sounds slick.
Right.
But it's the art to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
it is.
I'm gonna show you part 2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing now. And
Man,
I'm old.
It's coming soon, bro. It's gonna come with a lot of polish, man.
It's coming quick. Hey, man, it's coming quick. I'm old, man. I'm old as a motherfucker. And I don't got no shame in it. You understand? I'm gonna keep my beard dyed. You understand me? I'm gonna stay in shape. Let God. I'm not gonna be around this motherfucker looking like Morgan Freeman. Some of my tell him, nigga, you need to quit putting that shit on your face. I said, well, nigga, you look like motherfucker Samuel Jackson in the Django, not me. I'm not doing it. You know and really, I can't do that looking old, trying to relate to some of the kids that I be fooling with. And I be saying kids, I'm talking 30, 35, them kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm that old. You feel me? So, I'm out here moving and grooving, and you should see it, man. I'm down here in Miami. I didn't crack some circles because I had circles that I already had, but now I'm cracking a whole new circle. So all these people that I'm meeting now, they don't know nothing about players. They was kids. They're like, I don't know what that shit is. My daddy might wear it. Now the people who familiar with it, it's an easier sale.
Yeah.
But I got kids now. You about to see this new campaign that's about to come. Man, I'm about to start. Man, listen, man. I just got some athletes yesterday, Heisman hopeful. You know what I'm saying? I got kids out of Alabama, headed to Alabama. They like the clothes. I got young kids, because now I don't have to be worried about being collection. I can be item driven. Like they like this shit. This shit is from 95. That nigga Faye in Savannah is selling this shit like it's against the law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Mike B. That boy, I sent him some stuff. Boom. That boy Flossie. They didn't understand players because Flossie was selling to a younger crowd, but they liked the Hustler State. Hustler State was around before Players University. Yeah. And I haven't got to the point where everybody say, well, no, you got to tell your story. You got to do that. I don't come from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a street dude. I'm a square. Everybody who listens, I'm a square. I just been around street dudes all my life. That's what the motherfucking sidewalk is made for. Some of you niggas need to learn that. Sidewalk, so you can stay the fuck on.
Yeah.
Don't get in the street. You can go where you going. We stay out the street trying to get where you going. That shit ain't for you, and the shit ain't for me. But I've been around it. But I think like one. So that was my downfall because I'm doing business, doing street nigga shit. I got $1 million in the bank. I put the shit back in my company when I should have kept it in retained earning, knowing that my business only grow 10 to 20% a year. So I'm only gonna make 200,000 to 300,000. Then if your business blow up, you'd be lucky to make 25%. But now we dealing with direct to consumer. We dealing with the internet. It's a whole nother animal. Yeah. So you get on here and you tell your story, and the people buy into your story, then they buy into your product. But the whole key with the younger generation, the difference to separate me again is the fucking music. All of the brands that's hot right now got music influence behind it. So some of the brands like my dude, Triple OG, you know what I'm saying? I consider us like just individual lifestyle brands because we don't have this rapper or that rapper. Like you got V-Lone, all the kids wear V-Lone. That's by the ASAP, whatever the dude name, who rolled with ASAP Rocky. Your motherfucking man rolling with Rihanna and some of the baddest women in the world. Yeah. Of course you can sell shit. You dig what I'm saying? So when you start looking at got a lot of cough syrup, or that's a whole lot of cough syrup, he rolling with Perp or whatever the rapper name, and all the niggas who drinking codeine. You know, the young dude who make the trucker hat out of Atlanta, he got the boy, the Rocket. What's his name? To be having all the babies. Rapper. We had Lori Harvey. What's
Future.
He got
Future for 500.
Then his hats is out of here. That nigga can't even keep them hats. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think they call some RG. I don't know, but it's a popular hat. So when you start keeping up with all these brands, they got monumental movements through the internet because of the music. So it's really merch. It ain't even clothing lines no more. Now, you got the guy that's dope. They kill him. They probably doing about $10-12 million a year.
So big bro, I got two questions to close out. I got one serious question and one goofy question. You ready?
Yeah.
So the very first serious question is going to be, so when are you going to produce a book? Because I promise you, like your lifestyle and what you've been through, it cannot be encapsulated in a.
It's called The Day in the Life of a Player. You know, but I started with a autobiography. My friend Ryan Walker, who's from Dayton, who has one of the most up and coming boutique marketing companies in Atlanta, New York, or wherever he's at.
Boy, he media training, boy. He's good. He's media training. He's good. Okay.
Yeah, that's, you know, I got. Listen here. That man, he gave me the opportunity to do backwoods. So I also make backwoods.
That shirt is hard. That shirt is hard.
Here, y'all about to see it. I got this. We about to put some stuff together and we'll be giving away. You know, at some events.
And my second goofy question. All right. And my second goofy question before I close out.
It's coming. The book is gonna come. I got time to sit down now, especially now. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much there from the documentary to some stuff that I wrote. You know, and I think my story is believable because I got too many people. I can name drop with people that I'm cool with.
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you a bunch of things that like you good at, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you good at picking a lot of things, like picking a player university to run with that. You good at picking which way you're gonna go, like going from Dayton into Atlanta, move from Atlanta, moving to Florida. One thing you're not good at is picking teams, man. Like, why are you a Dallas Cowboys fan? Like, why? Like, what's like? Did you watch Hard Knocks this past season?
Hey, Peter, that's what
I love you, bro. On the play. I had to get my joke off. I had to get one joke off, bro.
You should have said that shit earlier. I could be watching it. You could have ended this interview earlier. That's how you want to stay way until the ending. Yes, man. Where you get this young nigga from, man?
Man, I don't know. But listen, bro. He must not never watched that Breakfast Club interview, man, where they said that shit to Jay-Z about Dallas. Have you ever seen that, KENLO?
Yeah. No, I ain't seen it.
It's a Breakfast Club interview, bro. And I think, maybe Charlemagne was like, Dallas ain't going to win this year. Jay-Z looked at that nigga like, he couldn't understand why he would say some hater.
I was just joking, KENLO, man. You feel me?
It's only one team, man. I've been liking Dallas since I was a kid.
I don't want to get that out of you.
In basketball, I like Georgetown in college. That's why you see the Bulldog on Hustler State, which we call it the Hoya, the Hustler State Hoya.
That's hard.
Yeah, wait till you see some of the stuff I got coming back with that.
I want one of them shirts, bro.
Stopping me, and ain't nothing stopping me, but the only thing that's really got me kind of moving, because I'm a one-man gang. So y'all see all this shit on this desk. So I sit here and I do this at night. These are stuff that I'm about to put on these varsity jackets. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm
wow.
doing it a different way. You know, people can get custom jackets, but they're going to pay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll put this on the legendary podcast.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Listen, $600. That's where we starting at. And it'll cap off at that. But if you want a varsity jacket, because of what I got to put into it to make it different and unique, everybody's jacket different, it's $600. But I will have a jacket that's coming out. It's gonna be super gangster for $295.
Hey,
y'all see me with that jacket on this podcast.
Just know to the nigga in the Hustler State motherfucking shirt right here, bro.
Listen what I'm doing.
Hey, I need that, bro.
Listen, this is what I'm doing. This is how I tighten up the game.
Yeah.
Only 6. So 1 per side. Some of them I might start at large. Some of them, I think I'm starting at medium. And I need the medium. It's only 1 per size in that colorway. So I'll mix.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I go to the next color. Then I go to, and I'm only gonna cap it off at 36. Now we talking about people who buy my jackets from Oakland, people who buy my jackets in Atlanta. So now
that's gonna be hard.
First come, first serve for that 6.
Yeah.
And that's at $295. 3X probably end up being $315.
You man,
$25 more.
Big bro, you damn near creating an NFT, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's my whole gimmick. I don't put. It's just me, man. So that means like when I come out here, I go to my warehouse. It's just me. I tag, I bag, I ship, I market, I sell, I return. I do it all. Then I gotta go design the shit, talk with the printers, talk with the manufacturers. So I do all this by myself, and I'm not no spring chicken.
Yeah. Man,
and,
them jackets gonna go, bro.
Yeah. You know, I see you just bought a new dryer. You know what this shit about.
Hey.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes,
bro. And for us, it's been turned into blood, sweat, and years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This shit didn't happen overnight. So, you know, I just take my time with it, and then I'm about to assemble me a team. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get some consultants from Joe, You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look to talk to the boy Chris Mack. So anybody, he know I'm hunting. He my frat brother. He a new, just like me. So
Yeah.
I hunt him down and get a little game from him if he willing to share, and I'm gonna share some game of wisdom from him on what I do. Because them cats, they see my movement. My price be moderately priced, but see they younger. So them kids is not used. If they don't have, if something is too cheap, they ain't buying it.
Right.
I be having $28 t-shirts. My generation would be like, man, this shit's so high low, goddamn.
Right.
The
And the
kids
new
be like,
generation be like, that's too cheap.
Shit. Peanut before he said that Dallas shit, I knew he had some sense, but now he buy one of them $100 shirts. He ain't got no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I done bought I done bought $100 shirt before.
Man, yeah.
Listen, they out there. They out there. And I ain't mad at that. And and this ain't till Joel or Chris or none of them cats who B or none of them. That's their market and that's their generation. You know what I'm saying? But those guys also, I know Joel and Chris Mack is giving you the $100 quality. They sell you $100 t-shirt. It's $100 quality. And they got a lot more shit to go in it. Now me, I'm able, from the nostalgic point of view, I'm a numbers man.
Nostalgia.
So when them niggas want to put up numbers, my shit gonna look like Will Chamberlain and Mike. I get that. Yeah. I'm not here to play with you. Yeah.
Sell low and move fast.
So to lead off,
and I don't really be low. I just make it affordable. And I still have some niggas who hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't Nike, you ain't Polo. Right? And I said, nigga, you ain't a kingpin. You still hustling on the block, nigga. So what that mean to me? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
we all got goals to strive for.
I can listen to KENLO talk.
$2,000 bankroll up. Playing with me.
I can listen to KENLO talk for 8-hour audio book, which you should be working on, right? But bro, like I'm saying, like we here. So what we're gonna ask you is one last thing. Is like, what are you working on next?
Well, right now, I'm this year I'm gonna do something different. I'm finally gonna have some joggers. I got a little ahead of the game until I caught COVID. You know what I'm saying? I was in the hospital August the 3rd to damn near August the 20 something. Right before my birthday, I got out maybe 4 or 5 days before my birthday, which was September the 1st. So I was in there a few weeks. You know what I mean? And it was a
fresh
little
back.
So everybody out there, man, I just want to tell y'all, man, this shit's serious. You know what I mean? And, I know people argue about who vaccinated and who ain't. I ain't here for none of that.
Right.
The choice is yours. That's your body. But all I'm telling you is to be safe and be respectful to the next man. If you know that you sick, you sniffling, you cold, you coughing, go get yourself checked out. You know what I mean?
Man.
You know, at one time we used to be worried about dying about other diseases out here.
Oh,
now
yeah.
we're dying about coughing and handshakes. And we know this shit's some chemical warfare. We ain't here to get political. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of shit coming out, man. I got jackets, I got joggers, I got beanies. I'm ahead of the game. So now I got to take it easy. So, I'm going to get back. I'm going to work on my presentation and my visuals, because sometimes I be doing that masterpiece shit. And I hate when people call me masterpiece. So I'm about to step it up and get some game from the young boys I mentioned so I can start doing me some Puff Daddy shit so my shit can look sexy. You know what I mean? Because Joe, his last campaign, I got to tip my hat to the young man. That nigga shit looking good. The chick's looking good. He looking real player, So, yeah, I'm going to give me a free outfit because I know he got some of this game and watching me put these motherfucking numbers up. He like, man, I ain't going to let him just do me like that. So
for sure. So listen. Like whenever you got something else new coming up, please make sure you tap in with us so when I'm saying we can help you promote because like I said, this would be your hub because you are a legend here. You stamped anything you need from us, you have our full engine running behind you, bro. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all letting me this platform to let me get on here and curse.
We didn't have a pastor here. We had a pastor here yesterday that cussed way more than you.
Hey, let me tell you something. Peter, listen. I've been in the hospital room dealing with nurses taking shots, taking my blood and running IVs for damn near 20-some days. I got diagnosed on the 27th. My first time outside to be able to drive was 2 days ago. I got to rent a car on my birthday, Wednesday, September 1st. That was my birthday. I hadn't drove since July 27th. So
wow.
This interaction that I'm having with y'all through this Zoom, outside of my kids and the doctors and the nurses that I've seen, I ain't seen nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I probably won't be traveling because, I'm on oxygen because I know everybody be wanting to know what the fuck going on. But yeah, they send me home with oxygen. but they just see me power up so I can come and share
You a
this
real
day
one,
with y'all.
man.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
You a real
Hey,
one,
I
bro.
bro.
appreciate y'all having me. This right here is it's a blessing, man. And Smedge, you said some shit about the manifestation is something that I say I use the three M's. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's the movement, you know what I'm saying? It's the manifestation and it's the materialization of what you believe in.
Yeah.
And materialization and manifestation is sometimes people might think it's the same, but it's not. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people shit materialize, but it never manifests on how they want it to come out. You dig
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
my thing is, I just want to win. This last chapter of my life, I want to get this shit right. I want to leave a legacy for people because I only really care about
You
being successful in
have.
life.
You
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
have already
That's
left a
where I'm from.
legacy.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
Yeah.
I'm
have
from
left a
Ohio,
legacy
so
already.
I stick my chest out and I let them know wherever I go. Nah, where you from? Low, you from? Hey, you from? No, nigga, I'm from Dayton, Ohio. And that's the
That's hard.
legacy I want to live because I see what it's turning into, and I want to give a lot of people the opportunity to see that if he can do it, I can do it. And then you watch
Yeah.
these other younger generations, such as yourself, Smith, and other people become successful. Because the whole thing we got to realize, if we don't come together and start putting these dollars together, in a few years, niggas is gonna be slaves. And
Yep.
when I say slaves, not like on the plantation, we're gonna be so poverty, so impoverished, and the workforce is gonna be cut out. They're gonna cut out the money that we making it just be just to survive.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna cut us out. So we got to start strengthening the black dollar to support black businesses.
Bro.
We got to do it. Now we can't keep taking our money to the communities that don't want us, and then y'all run about talking about how the town is ran down and ain't got. Well, you didn't left. You didn't moved out, and you paying your taxes in all this. So now when
Mm-hmm.
I said Inglewood is black, damn near.
Yeah.
Trotwood is black down there, nice homes.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, look what they did. We don't have nothing in the community that we can support besides
Right.
bars, nail salons, barbershops, and beauty salons.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But it's other businesses that we need to support. You got black contractors out there. Y'all go get your money to these folks. They put a roof on your house. It's got brothers who can do the work. I mean, it's just we got to start
That's real.
freeing up our way of thinking, man. And I didn't
Yeah.
want to come into Malcolm X Farrakhan, but I know just like when y'all buy these shirts from us, we circulate the money. You know what I'm saying? Because I send whoever gonna be my girlfriend, I'm gonna send her to your nail salon and get her nails done, or get her hair done. Or if this young lady, my girlfriend got a food truck, I'm gonna send her to her. My girlfriend is a teacher. She got a tutoring thing. I'm gonna give. And I know my women, they all looking like, damn, he better be talking about me, but I'm not. But uh, but I'm just saying,
But
though, for
I'm
real,
not.
though, we gotta circulate some wealth among us, man, to help build us up. Because when you
Absolutely.
go in these other communities, while I was working, you see all these big houses. I know you ride around Spain, you be like, where the fuck these folks getting all the money? Well, I'm going to factories that's making $3 and $4 million. They hiring 2 or 3 people. Some of them might be their nephews, their offsprings, or whatever, family members. Well, now they paying them 50 to 60 thousand, and this is a family ran business, but they making $4 to $5 million, which is great money for Dayton, Ohio. But
Yeah.
you got hundreds of those. I was delivering to it. I said, man, God damn, they making this money. Listen, man, you got in our neighborhood on Germantown Pike, Destin, you got 2 or 3, maybe 4 companies over there that probably generate almost 2 to 300 million. I'm gonna say that again. Right there, you come down,
Yep.
not Germantown. You come down Nicholas Road.
Yep.
Come down Nicholas Road. It's a plant right there on your left. When you come, no, it's on your right coming down. They damn near doing. Some Japanese people own it. It's a press mill. They probably doing 50 million a
Yep.
year. Then you go around, you turn left, and it's a lot of small factories with Dayton wire and all that. Because I used to pick up the stuff and deliver because they making parts for all these companies all over. They making 2 million, 3 million. So you talk about 10 businesses over there that's doing 4 to 5 million. They go 40. There go your 100 right there. The other one doing 50 right there. Some other ones doing right there in our community. And guess what? Don't none of us working there. Two or
Right.
three
Ah.
black folks working there. So
Right.
how can you have an opportunity to have something when you're not part of the workforce? You're not part of the American dream. And then some of us, we got to create it. And then if we support it, they talk about Black Wall Street. People need to read about that, man, and see how you can
Yes.
circulate the dollars and how segregation really kept us
Tulsa.
strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Segregation. Really,
Yeah,
I
it
hate to
did.
say it because
Yeah.
white folks didn't want us, So the black folks had to shop with us and
Right.
supporting us, and it was a different level. But now, as soon as they gave us a little bit of money, like, and people say, well, Lo, what about you? Nigga, the neighborhood I lived in was all black. And the houses started at 390-something thousand and up, all black. And you can go, it ain't no place like Atlanta. That's why a lot of people run there, because the opportunities is different. When you can see people of your color being progressive, being successful, and it gives you a sense of confidence, because folks like to be surrounded by money. You want to be surrounded by success because it makes you feel successful. You know what I'm saying? We just got to realize that we can't run to their communities. They don't care about us. And you think acting like them and being like them, that make you successful. No, it don't. You know what I'm saying? Because when something go down, they show you who you really are. You can ask all the celebrities. That shit don't mean nothing. You just a nigga with money.
Yeah. Man, Big said he love you, bro.
Who?
Big. Antoine Cunningham.
Listen, that's Cuzzo.
Yeah.
That's Cuzzo.
All day.
That's the wine man. That man gonna dance his way into the liquor stores. He gonna do his thing. Little Cuz, you know what I'm saying? I admire him too, because I know where he come from, and I'm looking at the perseverance. And I'm starting to see now that the harder people's story and their background, the more they want it. Because it's a place that we all don't want to go back to. You know what I'm saying? Things that we don't want to return back to doing. You know what I mean? So I don't knock no cats out here hustling, doing all that. I just advise everybody, man, find your alternative to be something. Because if you got kids, I don't want to see you leave them out here on the streets. They say something happened, something timely, untimely. You know what I'm saying? Anything, any catastrophic event, I don't want to see take place to disrupt our family structure. Because the shit's already messed up. You got all these single moms raising these boys. Who teaching them how to be men? You dig what I'm saying? So the family structures come back. We had some beautiful weddings take place last week, and I hope they geek people up to be inspired by love and want to do like, damn, I want to get married. You know what I mean? And then you see some player cats marrying some beautiful women. So it's like, okay, so you can still be fly and be a husband, and because at one time I was guilty of that sucking shit. Now here I am sitting over here, old and alone. You dig what I'm saying? chasing a woman who keep telling me no because I'm too old. But that's all. So that's what I'm about to do, man. I'm about to get my life together, be an influence, a positive influence, and try to tap back into the culture. And they say, "Well, you talking all that player shit. What else could you talk? Because now you got a society that accept being a side piece. You got the new title of fuckboy. So the whole love and relationship, we can't get back to what I just was preaching about if we don't have no unity.
Right.
You live in this hole, you live in this household, y'all bickering about raising this kid. This kid is suffering. So now he out here in the streets doing what he want to do, follow behind this or follow behind that, because he influenced because you ain't there. And the mama I got to be at work to take care of her. So so this player shit ain't about just women. That's one thing I want to touch on before I go.
Play Her.
That's the fruits of the labor.
Play Her University is a female clothing line like you have as well, which is Play Her. So I'm saying, like, you just show dualities, period. So you know what I mean? Like,
it's all about Peanut playing the game of life. That's what I play. You know what I'm saying? I'm old now, so if I go out and tell you I'm gonna play some women at this age, I'm gonna be playing myself. Out here slinging a gummy worm. Nigga, let's keep it playing.
The most candid guest ever.
Hey, Peanut, I ain't got to that stage yet, but shit, I'm getting old. You dig what I'm saying? But so you got to face the reality. So this player shit I'm talking about life. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about playing. You play the streets. That's what you play. You play instruments. You play sports. You're a player. You understand me? The narrative is up to you, but all I want people to know, the fundamental rules don't change.
Man, bro.
Come in this game, but the fundamental rules don't change.
Bro,
people, because they get money, they get popularity, they think they can change this shit. Don't scream this shit if you don't stand on it. You understand me? So, even with my lady friend now, she said just players, whatever she said. So I'm like, no, baby, this is just what it is. So when I talk this shit that I talk, it's about life. It just got a slick connotation to it. But it's about life. And if you don't play to win, boy, listen here. Go down to Thomas and find you somewhere to lay. That's what
So, bro, you done laid 100 miles a game down today, bro.
For sure.
Like, for sure. Like, then we're here to honor you, bro. And, like, to me, you laid out things I could never find in my research, bro. Like, it's so much stuff that we got here to unpack, bro. Like, We want to live in studio with you when it comes to current events and stuff like that. Whenever you in town. But man, listen, bro.
Listen, man. As soon as I get back healthy, I'm scared of the world right now. I had pneumonia in the lungs, man, and that right there is the worst feeling. My partner just left here. God rest his soul and cover and protect his spirit, and God bless his family,
Lord,
and loved ones. That right there it's just too serious, man. So once I get back and get comfortable, I'm coming. You know what I mean? Listen, man, you and the boy Daniel gave me life. Daniel, he gave me life. He let me get on his show. That young boy, he going.
Oh yeah. The dude that work out. Yeah, like the a personal trainer.
That's my brother Jay's dog. So he reached out and.
Matter of fact, I wanted to respect,
I've been
brother.
influenced to a lot of cats, and I ain't did a lot of,
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to find it that quick.
Goofy shit, lame shit. I might be goofy, but I ain't do no lame shit. You know what I'm saying? There might be some cats who try to attest to that, but all that shit's about a female. It ain't real.
So, bro, I want to thank you, bro, for being so candid and literally sharing your life with us, man. Smed, you got anything like you want to lead out before we slide up out of here today, man?
One thing that I definitely want to do is, man, piggyback off of what bro was saying, man, and tell everybody to go and eat breakfast at Sheik's. With my bro Ron.
Sheik's.
And Shorty, man, they got the best breakfast, man, in the world. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
And I also want everybody to go and see my bros.
Gotta go see Meech.
Go see Meech. I went to see Meech today. And Joey Williams.
You went without me.
At 111 Flavor House.
He went without
and got me a good
two notorious moves.
Got me a good old turkey burger down there, bro. I mean, it was really, really good, man.
I'll be down there.
After I did that, I met my daughter at Agnes all night.
Let's go!
And got me a good old jerk chicken bowl. I did all of this today, man. I swear on my life, bro.
I mean, you want to eat 3 times a day. You did that.
All of those places, man, got excellent food, bro.
Absolutely.
And they very good environments to go to, and you won't be disappointed. And last but not least, man, my brother, Michael Wright, if you injured, make sure that you call Michael Wright, attorney Michael Wright, at 937.
Yeah,
he's part of the Cochran firm, bro. 937-222-7477. KENLO, man, you are amazing, bro. I appreciate everything, bro. I really appreciate your time, bro.
I appreciate y'all, man, and all the kind words and the inspiration, man.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all
you kicked it with us instead of watching the Cowboys game on the season opener, bro. So that mean a lot, bro.
Y'all are winning, bro.
Just tell me we winning, please.
Y'all winning.
Tell me the score.
Y'all winning. Y'all winning.
I'm gonna let you get up out of
here,
bro, so you can go and watch the game, bro. As soon as you get ready, bro, you come on through for an in studio, bro.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, King. Thank you,
much
King.
love to you, King. Man, I'll be messaging you soon.
Signing off. Betty Jackson and Burt Watt's son.